Jerry will consider himself necessary evil if needs to. He will. He has an objective. He will complete it no matter the cost.
Okay, no, so like the anti-hero almost.
Sort of.
And Sakura, how about you?
I think I'll use the question. Yeah, I guess she would like to think of herself as a hero. She'd like to think of herself as someone who will become a hero someday. Yeah, it's sort of like an aspiration, I guess.
Yeah, feeling those Naruto vibes, hardcore. So June, what about you?
All right, so the question is, do I think of myself as a hero, villain, or something else? And I'm just going to use a term that is pretty good for a situation currently, and that's morally ambiguous. Can't really tell, which is a lack of certainty about whether something is right or wrong, and that's probably the best way to describe what's happening to her right now, because she's going to be going through a lot of decisions in the future, and that's the best way to describe it.
Sounds like we'll get along with Jerry. Okay, so with everyone's facts, yeah, we won't start until Seto actually gets here, but who wants to give us a recap? I feel like we haven't actually done a recap in a while. I don't know why.
Well, I guess it's because like stuff just happened. Like, I'm Yuki or June's characters just seem to die for some reason. I think that's like one of the reasons. But what happened last time was that this Durga, he apparently saw something that was connected to Primus on Yuki, which means that we potentially can use the spirit of the mountain if we can awaken it or get to communicate with it, basically bring him back. So what we did was basically we took a break, then we went off, then we met some giants, which I'm not sure if they was friendly or we basically just decided, oh, they're not friendly, so let's kill them. And then we met some new person who may or may not be trustworthy, but at least, oh, that's a secret. That's a talk about. Yep. And then we decided to get down to the hole, where we found in one side like platings with some writing in dwarfish, and on the other side we found other plating which we assume has dwarven writing on it, but there was also some fire elements. So most likely we're gonna fight Ragnaros. Hopefully, he doesn't have legs.
Yeah, I think that pretty much brings us up to date. And as you guys will remember, the corpse of the one giant is lying in the middle of this room. I didn't have a token for that. I should have probably just put one down, but yeah, if that becomes relevant. Otherwise, yeah, I think that pretty much catches us up. Do you guys want to give another 5 minutes and wait for Seto?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, while we're waiting, what languages does everyone speak? I want to know specifically if anyone speaks Primordial or Ignan, which I seriously doubt. But
No.
I do
No.
not speak any of those languages, but I do have tongues, so I can just cast that and be able to know whatever it's telling us or anything like that.
oh, that's useful. It's good to have a bard back in the party.
Yeah, so much utility. I love it.
If you wanted one where you didn't even have to ask, then brought that character who basically speaks all languages.
Okay, but I'm asking about the characters we do have here. So what languages do you speak, Stheiasnia?
Let's see. I speak Celestial, Common, Draconic, Goblin. There's a fun fact about that because I found out what that is. The Infernal and Thieves' Cant, which is technically not a spoken language.
Yeah, okay, but that is good to know. Very helpful seeing you part of the Shinobi School and a rogue. And Jerry, you wouldn't happen to speak Primordial, would you?
No. Squeak, Common, and Gnomish.
That begs the question. I wonder if Squick is like some vague
I think
offshoot of
it's
Primordial.
Sylvan. I think it's more of
Yeah,
Sylvan
actually,
than
yeah,
Primordial.
offshoot of that. You're right. Okay, cool. Well, if anyone wants to grab coffee or anything, here's your last chance. We will start. He's not back by 5 to, then we'll just get started.
Awesome. Oh, Dev.
Yeah.
Have you watched the new VFX artist react?
Yeah, I have.
Those videos are just crazy.
Yeah, no, it was a good one. There was one I saw you posted the one in the chat, but
Yeah, that one is
the
just
one I'm not sure. I need to look it up. It was all like black and white. It's a really beautiful.
Yeah,
I
that
can't remember
one is
now.
just so unsettling and awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, I need to go and actually find that video and watch the actual thing because that is so my style. Like I love it.
Mm. Yeah, let me see if I can actually find the link to it.
Did they actually have links to this in the in the description or something?
I'm
'Cause
checking for it now.
I was gonna look it up and then I was like, oh shit, I better actually just make sure I'm prepped.
Okay, that's
Well,
that
nice.
black and white one. The one that was like really weird with all the body parts and stuff, or the other one.
The
So
one
two
where
black and white
the guy
pictures.
was like, he was like, this guy just come and watch a birth or something like that.
Ah, yes. All right,
But it got really, it like went from something quite gross to something quite psychedelic and looked really cool.
Yeah. I'm looking at the different links it has. Is this the one? Nope, that's the other one.
I must say that video made me want to get back into creating things so badly. Like, oh, I haven't
one.
looked at Blender since I was in high school, but I'm tempted now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm also so tempted to get back into Blender because I've done the Blender Guru donut tutorial and that's it. And it's such a good tutorial. It really teaches you a lot in that on how to model a donut and everything else to do with modeling and stuff.
When I was in high school, a friend of mine and we started making these little stop motion animations because after the movie Flushed Away came out, like the slugs in that movie, I wanted to animate one so bad, so I made this crappy little stop motion animation. My friend and I got really into it, making these Prestic themed animations, and then like as we sort of got further and further into it, he started getting into the 3D side. He was like, no, we can do more with this. I got really into the photography. He got into the 3D, and he actually ended up working with Blender Guru, with those guys for a while. He's full blown into the animation world now.
Yeah,
But he kept showing me things, and it disheartened me every time. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, look, I made a field of grass. And it's like, it took 6 hours to render. Like, with this whole render farm that I've set up, it's like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I won't be doing that then.
Yeah, the amount of times I see some fucking crazy animation, I'm like, man, I wish I chose stuff like that instead of the stuff I'm doing right now. And then I realize how much work they put in. And I'm like, that's some dedication right there, because you have to have an image of the thing way beforehand. And if you want to change something when you're so far in, it's such a hard thing to do. That's crazy.
You know, it's a whole other skill set, that.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Although, like those guys at Corridor, like they're pointing out, it's become so much easier. There's so many programs out there. I mean, just Dreams. I don't know if you've played Dreams on PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
But
the PS4
my God,
thing, yeah.
the amount that you can just the amazing animations and things that you can create with zero effort. It's like, it's incredible. I can't imagine what one can do when you've actually got full blown, like with
Yeah.
Unreal Engine and everything.
I remember seeing the first trailer for Dream when it was first shown at E3 in like 2016 or 2017. I was like, that is so cool. And how it actually came out, I was like, oh, Dream. Oh, I remember that. I completely forgot about it until they released it.
I got really annoyed because my Move controllers got taken away before, like the week that the VR launched. So I never got to actually try it in VR. So I'm like, I really want to create things with the Move and everything, but I uninstalled it because I was so annoyed at that.
Oh, relax. They are making some new VR controllers for PS5. Then you can do it with that.
That new controller looks
Yeah.
really cool.
I just
Looks
hope it
really
comes
That's
with
assuming
a
I can
gyro
afford a
ball.
PS5.
No, that's if you can find a PS5, because that thing is so rare right now.
PS5, they don't exist. They're just a myth. It's just something
They are a
made up.
unicorn. PS5s are unicorns. Same thing with GPUs, because GPUs are also fucking rare as hell.
What?
Graphics cards are really rare right now.
What?
Like the RTX 3080, 3060, 3090, all those graphics cards are so rare right now.
Yeah, but then you
It's
still
interesting.
need
Are we just not
to
using
afford this shit.
I beg your pardon?
They need to be able to afford it because I recall they are pretty expensive.
Yeah, and there's the normal price, and then there's scalper prices, and those are the people that are reselling it because they buy all the GPUs up and just resell it for crazy prices.
On a slightly different topic, but on more to D&D, have you guys seen that Dungeon Alchemist program that keeps
The-
advertising it to me on YouTube?
The dungeon map
Yeah.
tool?
Yeah, it's like you make them as AI powered or whatever.
Yes,
It like auto generates rooms and
already
things, puts items down.
already purchased it. Just because I was like, okay, I saw the tool because I was like so bored one day that I saw the ad and I was like, okay, that's real what it can. Then that's so amazing.
Dude, if they add an Asian theme to that, I'm all in. It looks
And
so good, but
it's
I'm
just
just
like
no, I need
Talespire.
these kinds of rooms.
Oh man,
It's like, what?
it's just like Talespire where you can basically build like a fully interactive inn and stuff like with the like with the animated fireplace and stuff, and it's like, yes, but depending on how long it takes, oh my god, that prep time is going up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
the thing about these really awesome programs and making stuff like that. For it's awesome for DMs and stuff, but it's still a lot of work to get it done.
The only thing I could
yeah. No, I'm
potentially
feeling that.
like consider actually doing in Tailspire would be the Red Opera, maybe, because that's like one
It'll,
setting where I'm so excited to actually play it.
it'll be interesting once they, because obviously once it launches and people start being able to use it, you'll get people making maps for it, like like you get for Foundry and whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll get some amazing things then. Like some of the things people make. I found this person that makes isometric maps. Like they haven't been going for very long, but the most beautiful, like it looks like a game, like a video game. But then to get isometric tokens for everything, and it's just changing the camera angle on D&D. It looks really cool, but the amount of tokens and that you would need is insane.
Yeah, I can just see the amount of work that goes into that type of thing, and I'm like, oh my god, my guy. At that point you might as well throw away your social life, because all your free time is probably going to be going into this one thing because of the amount of time it takes to do this type of thing.
Well, you don't have a social life because of Corona, so what's
Oh
the
yeah,
problem?
right. Ah yes, of course. Who cares about social life?
Yeah, and since
Lockdown has been very good for D&D.
yeah, believe me,
Oh
like
yeah.
I found you, David, because of D&D, and oh man, like God, I was like, every time I think like an awesome character, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, there was Gog, so awesome.
I'm actually quite lucky with that because I basically tried to run my first game like a few weeks before everything shut down. So, I'd played a bit at a table, but it was like when I really got into DMing, it's all been online. So I'm really used to all of this stuff. It's Foundry has been quite a thing to learn, but I feel like it's come together. I've put a lot into it.
Oh, then well, maybe you didn't want to spend time learning Tailspire.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. You guys better get used to Foundry for a while. I don't know, unless which is quite possible, I might not be able to afford it much longer. But I've put like 300 hours into this world.
Man, like I was about to like when you said that, I was like, are you gonna say unless shared tabletop gonna be like so amazing? Just have to switch. Because if the problem is the license, I have like I think 80 months license for that stuff on a game master tier.
I don't like being the early adopters of a lot of these things because then you end up quite limited, especially with these things that are still in development. I like to see after a couple of months, like with Foundry, when it first launched, it looked really cool, but there were a lot of problems, and now it actually works pretty well.
Mm.
We gave it a good lead time before we actually got into it. Same thing with the vaccines,
Oh
Yeah, exactly,
yeah,
right?
that asterisk or whatever it's called is like pretty much like more dangerous than Corona.
You just want to make sure that it doesn't turn people into zombies first, and then then I'll go.
Oh my god. Now that I think about it, I've never seen a zombie movie with the premise that the vaccine caused the caused a zombie outbreak. That's a plot right there.
No,
That
dude, I
is
wrote.
actually the secret, because like that's basically just like, oh, it's bird flu. Oh, we had the vaccine for bird flu. We had the vaccine for this, but that actually was what turned people into zombies.
I did years ago. I wrote a comic like I was trying to write this whole comic book. I drew it out, everything in like on actual paper, which turned out to be a mistake. But I had written out this whole zombie story. It was called Demi Dead. It was this zombie superhero story, but that was the premise, that like there had been this pandemic, and then finally they had released a vaccine, but the vaccine then reacted with the pandemic and it created this zombie virus. But it was like this whole elaborate thing. And the similarities between what I wrote and what has happened during Corona have been terrifying to me. And like most of the comic got destroyed because one of my cats peed on the freaking visual diary.
Ah,
But I've got some of them left, and it's like half of it is ruined. But I'm like, if this turns into a zombie apocalypse, this shit was prophetic.
So you're saying that a cat peeing on a comic is what starts the zombie apocalypse?
I wouldn't be surprised. That I mean, I'd watched that movie. I don't know about you.
Did you happen to speak in another language while, like, in a similar time to while that happened? Because then you might have accidentally summoned a demon, and the demon said, "You know what? I'm going to cause a worldwide pandemic."
Oh man! Oh, now I can see it. Like just like okay, he's like okay, I want you to cure my mom like, of this cancer. Okay, it cures it, but the problem is that pretty much she carries like a this basically turns people like zombies. She's immune, but like uh, everybody like else is like pretty much zombies, and it's so slow that no one actually expects it.
Well, before you all uncover my secrets, welcome, Seto.
Good evening. Sorry for being
Hello.
late.
No problem.
No worries. We were getting a bit off track there, but we've basically just gotten some fun facts for everyone and done a bit of a recap. Have you got a fun fact for your character this week? There is a
I'm
question
sorry.
going around if you want to answer that one.
Yeah, I'll rather answer that one.
Okay, well, the question is, does your character consider themselves a hero, villain, or something else?
Hasn't Seto already answered this question?
Yeah, I think I already
He has
answered that.
already answered that. He said that he would. He's the bad guy.
What the fuck?
Oh yes, the big confession. How could I forget? Okay, well, we can roll another one.
Sure, I'm still loading in.
That's all. I'll roll one. How do you roll on this?
Finally inside.
Ooh, what is your character's greatest fear?
Ooh.
Butters, probably.
Water.
I don't think I have answered that. I think I had my deepest secret, but not essentially a fear. I guess just losing himself, since he already has done it once. Basically, it's similar like seeing, when Wolverine loses himself, and because Seth is an animal, he is like he just don't want to lose himself and just kill everybody around him. I think that would be it's kind of irrational, but hey, it can always happen. Just take a 1 point in Barbarian, and here we go.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but
we'll
I think
see
that's
if
easy.
Seto ever turns to the dark side. But for now,
Why is the
Pretty much
barbarian the
become
dark
no-
side?
no reason. No offense there, Jerry. But you guys find yourselves now at the bottom of this pit that you guys climbed down into, and on one side there are these strange glowing blue magical pools. On the other side there is lava, and what you've just seen are a couple of fire elementals and that seem to be wearing armor and wielding swords, as one of them has just noticed the couple of you that have moved that side, and in between these massive scrolls covered in runes, one of these creatures turns to look at you and says something in a strange guttural, like it's an odd sound to hear. Any of you that are actually, anyone can make a history check if you like.
Sure thing.
Fuck it.
My history is down.
I'm pretty sure I know.
Of course, Sakura knows.
Yeah, Sakura, you instantly recognize this language as primordial.
Yes.
Anyone speak primordial by any chance?
Yeah, don't look at me.
All right.
so
Well, I
uh,
can do this, and I
Mhm.
cast tongues.
Nice. And Sakura will sort of also just go and wave and say, "Ohio."
Okay. So, as you cast tongues, you start to just feel something changing as the vibrations shift, and your mind starts to interpret them differently, and you start to understand it clearly as if it was speaking common, and it continues to speak as it starts to get a little bit louder, and it says,
I said, what are you doing here, mortals?
Hold on. I'm getting my vocals right. Okay. Hi. My name is Jin. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I bow. And I bow down to it. And I quickly look at the party. What are we doing here again? I'm just doing this as a favor for you guys. Why? What do you want me to tell the big fireman?
Yeah, I think we are trying to awaken the spirit of the mountain. Get our own.
Right. Yes, us fine folks are in the process of trying to wake the mountain. I'm not too sure what that means, but these people do know. I will be the if you want me to communicate to them, I'll talk. You communicate through me, and I'll be able to communicate. So yes, that's what we're doing. We're here to wake the spirit of the mountain and communicate with it, as it were.
okay, so we can assume that you're translating, and well, can we assume that you're relaying all the information?
Indeed.
Okay. So basically, this, as you say this, the creature kind of hovers back a little bit over the flames and says,
Ah, well, I'm afraid this mountain is beyond saving. We have been trying to awaken it for years, but to no avail. The levels are too low, and for some reason, there is no more blood flowing within this mountain. We fear that it may be gone for good.
and you see, as he says this, he looks up at the scroll next to him and just looks up to the top of it with this sort of forlorn expression, but underneath the helmet. But it is kind of hard to tell that. You might have a little bit of an insight if you want to give me an insight check.
Sure, I'll give you an insight. 26.
Okay, yeah, you get the impression from this creature's voice and from his tone that it seems like he's been trying for a long time to get this right, and what you're suggesting he feels is hopeless.
Well then, it seems that our goals are in a line. If you would have us attempt to, we can try help.
And how do you intend to solve a problem we have not been able to for so many years?
Well, an outside pair of eyes could help.
True. We have not been able to leave this place. Perhaps you could be of assistance. But please, enlighten me on how you intend to raise the levels of the lava within this place.
I look at Sakura and see if she has any ideas.
Well, Sakura
You're the wizard.
technically has creation. And if she casts it at, I think it's 6th level, she can make a 10 by 10 foot cube of non-living matter, which means she could probably make a 10 by 10 foot cube of lava. For the other
Alright.
side, she's thinking maybe shape water. Yeah. I think that's all she has at the moment. She's still like looking at stuff.
Look at the rest of the party and ask them for any ideas.
I got nothing.
Well, and I speak to the elemental now. We have a wizard here who has a few spells up her sleeve that could help. It will take some time, but it could help increase the levels of lava.
The elemental kind of looks at you and looks at Sakura with this clearly looking her up and down and says,
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but in order for the mountain to be reawakened, we must submerge these scrolls.
and he gestures to the cavern around you, and you get the impression that that's going to need a lot of lava.
The lava used to flow freely into these chambers, allowing the magic to mix and give life to the mountain itself, but I'm afraid that river has long stopped flowing, and we are not sure why. But if you have a solution, we are absolutely ready to receive it.
I say we begin by looking at the source of the lava river.
Sorry, say again?
I think we should begin by looking at the source of the lava river and seeing, like, what's up with that, if there's a blockage or something.
Okay, give me a perception check while you're in this chamber.
Should I also make a perception check since I'm communicating all
You
this?
can if you like. Yeah, Jerry and Stheiasnia, you can also make perception checks if you like. Okay, so let's see, June and Stheiasnia, you both notice that in the top corner of the room there is what looks like a hole in the wall, and it seems to it seems to be quite wide, but it is just a kind of dark cavern leading up into the wall, and you can see it kind of illuminated by the light of everything in this cavern. And you would assume that that's probably where the lava used to flow in here, just by the way that the wall is kind of destroyed, and there's clearly been some kind of flow in there, whether it was water or lava. It's hard to tell, but you would assume lava.
Well then, I guess that's where we're going next.
How big is the hole?
Seems fairly large, probably big enough to walk through, but you're not sure what's in there.
Can Sakura send her familiar through just to take a look?
Yeah, sure. So your pseudo dragon takes flight and flutters off into the tunnel. Can you perceive what your familiar sees, or can it only
Yes.
basically bring back messages?
Yeah, you can perceive through its senses.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so if you're doing that, then you will see through its eyes as you fly down the tunnel. It is quite a long, winding tunnel, but eventually you get to what seems like a gate. There are two massive iron gates, like stone with iron around the edges, that They look like double doors that would probably swing inwards towards you. And as you get closer and closer, you can feel this immense heat coming from the other side of those doors. There is a faint glow on the other side, but they are completely sealed. And as you have a look around, you can give me a perception check with your pseudo dragon. Okay, so as your
No.
pseudo dragon flies around, it looks around and it can't seem to find any kind of entrance or mechanism to actually open this. It seems completely shut, like it's been that way for a long time. And eventually, the pseudo dragon makes its way back to you.
Okay. I'll turn to the party and say it looks like someone just locked all the lava in behind these two big doors. There doesn't seem to be a way to open it, but brute force, you know. She looks at Jerry.
Ah, yes, the muscle group, if I'm not wrong.
I just give a thumbs up.
Z says, hold on, wait. So you're saying that there's a wall, there's a door, and there's lava behind it, and you want to go and open that door while we're in the tunnel?
Well, it would seem that way, yes. Maybe this
Relax.
hasn't been thought through too well, but perhaps we could go around and open it from the other side, if we can find where that is.
You mean the place with the
What is
lava?
the other side? Yeah.
Maybe that guy would.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
By the way, Seto, can you get through that little wall, or are you stuck on that side?
No, I can.
Oh, okay. I was just double checking. Yeah, so does someone want to go and speak to the Draga?
The dwarf didn't jump with us?
Nope, he stayed
no.
upside.
Fucker. Little piece of shit.
Yeah, he didn't jump with you, but there are the other two Draga that you met that were sitting by the other pool.
Oh.
I guess Sarko will go talk to them. Ohio.
I'll be right
He's
behind.
unusually
Hello there, lass. How's it going?
it's going well, thanks, nothing.
Well, been stuck down in this freaking hole for a bit of a while, but other than that, it's not too bad. How can I help you, lass?
Do you know where we are? Like, what these pools are? You know why the water's not running? Why the lava's not running? Like that kind of stuff?
I didn't know for sure. We were trying to find a way into the forge, but we tried to find a way down here. Turns out, not so good. But my brothers are up at the top there. I'm sure they could help us if you could help us get us out.
No. Well, we came from up there. We didn't see any dwarves.
Oh, maybe they got through then. I mean, we've been sending man after man into the mines and hoping that they could get through to the forge, but no one was coming back. I hope they've done it. Well, they've not given up, have they? And the two dwarves kind of look at each other and just shake their heads like, no, they'd never give up on us.
I'm sure we'll be back for you. Well, we'll try and get you out.
I just had June just roll an insight check to see what she thinks about. Well, clearly she sees Sakura's line.
Sakura doesn't want to hurt their feelings.
Hey man, we didn't kill everybody. There's still that backseat bugger.
No, she doesn't want to hurt their feelings. So she'll be like, what?
Is Stheiasnia saying that out loud?
I beg your pardon?
Is Stheiasnia saying that out loud?
I sure hope not.
No, no, she does not since, well, doesn't see any benefit of saying that out loud.
Yes, so Sakura, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, like, you've been down here for a while, have you discerned anything about these pools? Why they're glowing? You know?
Well, no, but if you get into them, it tingles a little bit. It's quite nice, but I can't see any reason to have this. We haven't tried drinking it, but I didn't think that would be a good idea. Though our brothers haven't sent down any food in a while, so we might have to try it soon. You wouldn't happen to have any food on, would you?
Sakura genuinely doesn't know. And she'll look to Z.
I know. I'm pretty sure we did stock up because we were planning on going into the mountains, and I'm pretty sure our sergeant made sure to stock you guys up with food.
Yeah. Then I'm like,
Actually, to correct you, the sergeant did pretty much. The sergeant and Stheiasnia did all the preparation. Rest, nothing. So the only one that would food would be sergeant and Stheiasnia. Well, she technically can, as long as there's food, like wildlife, she can get food. But she has food.
What I'm saying is, sergeant would have Yuki would have made sure to make everybody bought food with enough for traveling into the mountains.
I'll get them
Agreed.
some food from someone.
Yeah, we'll see. You would have taken just some rations with you, but Z is standing up at the top, and as you turn around to look at everyone, she just shakes her head at you, Sakura. She goes, "Not for them."
She looks at Z and she's like, why? Like a look on her face that says, what the fuck, why? Like raised eyebrow.
Well, you're forgetting why we had food in the first place, who got that, and what their people did to him.
Well, Stheiasnia just throws them like some non-poisoned berries. She did offer some.
Yeah, sensing tension,
Right.
June has taken a few steps back.
Sakura will just look at Z and say, we cannot judge others by the deeds of their kin.
You just see the sort of frustrated look on Z's face, and she just shakes her head and turns back to face Seto, just kind of turning her back on you.
Well, Seto hasn't turned his back on her yet, so it's fine. It's fine, Z. She'll go and look in the water, see why it's glowing. Is it like some algae, magic, enchantment, just weird nature of it? Like she's just trying to figure out why it's glowing.
Okay, you can give me an Arcana check. Okay, so with the 16, this you're not actually entirely sure what this liquid is. It seems watery in its consistency, but you also you kind of make the connection to the the bathhouse below. You know that at the bathhouse those waters are magical and have these healing properties, and you find it is something similar to that, but it seems like it hasn't been like distilled almost. It seems like there's a process that this liquid would go through to become that water. And if anyone else would like to give me an Arcana check or help Sakura to give her advantage on that, you can.
Well, yes, Stheiasnia should pretty much be like taking one of her scimitars and like dipping it and seeing like it like dissolves the blade, then afterward like then like the Inky like try to dip it in the water. If it doesn't dissolve like metal, only organic matter that is dissolved.
Okay, yeah. As you pass through it, nothing seems to dissolve. It doesn't seem to actually destroy at all. But you can also give me an Arcana check if you can tell me more than that. Okay, so between the two of you going through this, and Sakura, as you're watching Stheiasnia trying to test out these waters and go back and forth for a second, and you kind of make the connection that if the lava and this stuff were to mix, that it would create that healing water.
Wow. What's a bit strange is usually when liquid mixes with lava, it turns to rock. So Sakura is finding this intriguing. She's trying to figure out the processes and stuff, just like looking at it.
While
Yeah,
they
with your Arcana, you can just tell that this is a magical process. You don't quite understand it fully. It would take some more research.
While they're looking at the mixture, I'm gonna just address the party and say, why don't we get a closer look at that door? Maybe, well, I can't say I trust the familiar, but I mean, shouldn't we trust one of our eyes?
You
Do
see
we
one of
have
the
to
dwarves
jump to
pick
get?
up one of those berries. Oh, sorry, say again, Darren.
Do I have to jump to get to the tunnel, or just walk in?
No, you'd
The one
have
with the
to
doors
cross
are.
a small river of lava and climb quite far up a wall. But as you're saying this, one of the dwarves that takes one of these berries that says near past and says, "Oh, I didn't know if you want to go through there. We've tried every exit we can find, but it's well, one of our friends tried, and even the lava is no more. As far as we know, through the mines is the safer option. We were coming down to try and make our way around, but it never worked. Trust us, we've been looking for a while."
Well, we do have our own way of getting out of here. And I have my own way of getting to that entrance. Well, whatever you would call it.
How up is it? Like, how high is it?
Looks like it's about 120 feet up, like from the surface of the lava, and from the edge. Let's see. So it's about 25 feet across and about 120 feet up.
Is there anything similar onto the left side?
Give me a perception check.
Sure. Dirty 20.
With the 20, you can see that there is one patch on the wall in a similar position that it is completely sealed, but it looks like it is slightly different color to the rest. The rock around here is this dark, almost black rock, but in that section it is slightly lighter.
Oh, who did you lose?
Gary?
Oh, damn. Well, this was a fucking waste of time.
Not yet, it isn't. And Juno's going to go to the side of the the side of the lava. She's going to take out a very, very nice looking flute. She's going to play a short tune on it, and then she will begin to float. I'm going to go have a closer look at that door. And I'll begin making my way
Okay,
there. And I cast fly.
Okay, you're casting fly.
Yep.
Yeah, nice. So you can make your way over there. Cool. So as you fly over to the tunnel, just you do have dark vision, right?
I don't,
no,
but I have
yeah.
dancing lights. I can't actually have dancing lights on, so I'll just use a torch.
Okay. Yeah. So well, when you get to the area that you could see from the floor, that's all pretty well illuminated, but it very quickly gets dark in this tunnel. Are you heading down into the tunnel?
Indeed, with my torch in hand.
Okay. So as you head down this tunnel, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution save, sure thing.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, that's enough. As you are heading deeper and deeper, it is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. It was already sweltering as you passed over the lava, but the temperature is rising, and you feel like if you're in here much longer, your clothes may just set alight. The torch is burning in really intensely, and as you get further and further down this tunnel, you eventually come to a big set of double doors made of stone with this iron kind of trimming. It seems completely sealed. What would you like to do?
Well, first order of business, I'm just going to investigate it, try to find if there's any weaknesses in the structure, any sort of thing like that.
Okay, give me an investigation.
Why is it not rolling? Oh, there you go. 23.
Okay, nice. So, yeah, with a 23, you manage to find that in the top corners there are what looks like a mechanism, like a hinge, but it is this massive, serious piece of machinery, obviously to be able to withstand all the lava passing over it. This metallic hinge is deeply set into the stone, and other than that, you can't really. You see one of those on either side, but like in each corner, but you can't see any way to actually open it. As you're investigating, it is just ridiculously hot. You can see a faint orange glow just from the stone itself, that it is that hot. But whatever the stone is made from, it's clearly not falling to the lava.
All right. Can I make a check to see if I cast the level 5 spell Cone of Cold? Would that do anything? Like, super cooling something, then just again reheated by very quickly would cause some sort of explosion that would break the door.
Yeah, you can give me just a straight intelligence check.
On dice, don't fail me now.
So
12.
you think that could possibly happen. But with Cone of Cold, yeah, that's quite a powerful spell. You might be able to affect the integrity of the door. It looks like it is able to withstand extreme heat. So adding extreme cold to that, you might be able to mess with it. But at the same time, you have no idea how much is on the other side of that door, and a cone of cold might not even be enough. Lava's pretty damn hot. And at this point, as you're standing wondering this, I'll need another con save. Okay, yeah, you still manage to hold back against the heat, but you can feel yourself sweating under your mask.
Yeah. After looking over the details of the store, I'm making my way back at Mach speed to get away from the heat.
Okay. So, yeah, while as June is making her way back, what is everyone else doing? Are you all just waiting to see what happens?
I think I'm gonna take some of the water from this and going like the lava, and then trying to drop it into the lava and seeing what happens.
Okay, yeah, that you can do that. You scoop a vial and pour it into the lava, and as that happens, there is like a flame that kicks up, and this flash of blue light. But as that happens, the lava just seals around it. It seemed to, for a moment, actually dissipate the lava that was there. Um, it was quite a strange effect, but it happened so fast it just burnt up in a flash. You can give me another Arcana check to see if you manage to catch the reaction. Okay, yeah, it happened way too fast. It seemed to just burn up this water, though there was a flash of blue light. The
Would
air,
Cecil sorry.
I was just gonna, as you do this, the fire elemental sort of floats a little bit closer to you, and you see the flames flaring up slightly as it just keeps staring at you, Stheiasnia. Sakura, what were you saying?
I'm asking if Cecil would have told us about like that patch of rock that's a bit discolored.
I don't know. Seto, did you relay that?
Oh yeah. I would definitely describe that I see the same thing.
Okay, then Sakura would want to investigate it.
Okay, you can give me an investigation check as you head over that side. Okay, nice. So yeah, with the 28 from the floor, you can see that it is in almost the identical spot as it is on the other room, and you imagine that there are probably multiple paths and multiple kind of canals for for this liquid to flow through, but this one seems completely sealed, and it seems almost colder up there as you're looking closer. It seems like that material, whatever that is, that part of the stone, that may melt fairly easily.
Okay, I guess we'll tell everyone to sort of just get on the ledge just in case something bad happens, and she'll cast Firebolt at it, the cantrip.
Okay, where are you standing when you cast that?
A bit of a way away, like let me check the range. I think the range is pretty good.
Yeah, you've got a good range on firebolt. I'm just saying because your token is right underneath where it is, so you'd have to back up to be able to actually get the target.
My map failed, but I guess she'll also go onto the ledge, seeing as that would still be in range. So she'll go onto the ledge and then cast it at it.
Okay, you can roll an attack.
Natural fucking one.
Yes, you hurl this flame at it and you just completely miss that patch of rock. You hit another patch and it fizzles out.
Okay, she's gonna do it again. Fucking hell. There we go.
Okay. So yeah, with that one, you blast the second one, and as it hits that patch of wall, you hear a splashing sound as the fire hits into it, and it immediately turns to water, which splashes down onto the ground, and some of it falls back into that pool below. But other than that, it looks like it's still sealed. You've just kind of chipped away a little bit.
Okay, she's gonna go at it until she gets through it.
Okay, so you just start unleashing firebolt after firebolt. All right. So as Sakura starts doing this, with every bolt, you can just actually roll 3 more attacks for me, and we'll say that that's all of. But while Sakura is busy blasting at the wall, what is everyone else doing?
Is there a way to climb up to the hole, like up on the wall?
On which side? On the lava side or the
Lava side.
I mean, yeah, it's basically a sheer wall with lava underneath. You could try and shimmy across it. You could try and get some handholds. That would require some athletics checks. Otherwise, there's also. Can you see the maps?
I'm looking at the stream.
Okay, so just the. Can you see the scroll that's sort of between you? So where the party token is. Yeah, so
The one
this
higher or
scroll is about halfway down, so you could potentially jump. You could probably, with your strength, you could probably jump from the ground onto that scroll with a powerful enough leap. But if you wanted to try and shimmy around, you could also try and do that. Climbing is always a possibility, but it's a risky place to climb.
yeah, I'll take the risk, but I will use I'll activate the prosthetic arm first. So I'll just turn ceramic. And then try to jump on this giant scroll, and from there keep climbing up.
Okay, yeah. So you can give me 3 athletics checks, and we'll take them as they go.
Can I ready an action to what's it called, misty step in case I fall? Don't manage to grab onto anything.
Let's take it jump by jump. So let's, for the first jump, to
Okay.
yeah, because that's a bonus action. So if you do start to slip or something, you could potentially cast Misty Step. But yeah, so as you head over there, I'm just going to quickly update. Sakura, you are blasting and blasting at the wall, and you are knocking pieces out of this wall, turning them to water. And with every blast, you manage to smash it a little bit deeper. But it seems like whatever you are breaking, there is a root of this thing that goes deep into the wall. You manage to clear out a little hole of it, but it seems to go even deeper, and it is taking quite a lot of effort.
Hmm. She'll look for any other ones in the room just to see if she can like find a way to go through them.
Okay, so we'll get back to you in a second. As Jerry, you can give me your first athletics check to try and jump onto the scroll.
Yeah, 22.
Okay, yeah, you easily managed to leap up onto the scroll, and you find your footing. Now, to your one side, you can basically reach the wall and start climbing, or you could try and leap across to the other side of the wall where you'd be closer to the hole, but it is a bit more of a dangerous jump. Which would you like to choose?
Yeah, I'll take the risk.
Okay, so then you can give me an athletics check, but this one will be at disadvantage.
Okay, I'll roll again. 25.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you still manage to, with expert precision, leap across this fire. The one flame elemental just watching you as you soar over its head, and you manage to clutch onto the side of the wall. A little piece of the wall breaks off, but you easily manage to find your footing, and you are now suspended about 60. No, wait, you went halfway. Yeah, so you're about 60 feet now up the wall. The entrance to the tunnel is 60 feet above you. So I'm gonna ask
Start
for one
climbing
more
now.
athletics check to try and climb up there. Yeah.
Normal one or disadvantage?
And no, this is just a normal one to try and climb.
Natural 20.
Nat 20. All right, and you easily, just with the heat bellowing up from below, you manage to pull yourself up the mountain and into the tunnel. Yeah, you find yourself now in that tunnel. What would you like to do?
Get to the door.
Okay, so you start making your way down the tunnel towards the door, and because how much you've only got, yeah, your movement's not great, so it's going to take you a little while as you head all the way down there. We'll just jump back to everyone else for a second.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing? Sakura's cleared a little hole in there. You guys have just seen Jerry parkour his way into the tunnel. What's everyone else doing?
I'll be going up to June and saying like, since your melts this, which would basically reveal who you
Well-
are and certainly try to personate royalty. Help them. Friends they
Okay then, I don't like the judgment. But I think I might have the answer to this issue down here, so please, not now. I'll make my way to the other side. And I'll say, right, well, I have a plan. It could be very dangerous and could lead to a very fiery death. But it's a plan.
Anything's better than nothing.
I'll listen.
Well, at the end of that tunnel, a very hot tunnel, there is a metal door, and, well, if I am correct, I remember when I went to... Actually, think for a second about this. When I went to college, my teacher did an experiment where he rapidly cooled down a hot piece of metal, and that hot piece of metal, well, cracked. So, I have a spell that could potentially freeze the entire door, and with freezing it, could crack it and let loose a whole lot of lava, because I'm pretty sure there's a crap ton of lava behind that.
But that would also most certainly kill you, wouldn't it?
Well, I have a way of getting away from it very quickly, so that the issue is, well, the fiery death. But I should be able to get out. Just the risk. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't like to say it, but I think while it's not a complete waste of time, we should probably just go back and try through the mines. We are low on time, but it makes no sense to lose more people. We'll just see more deaths. We can just go around.
Well, you suggest we're getting up from here. Like, the issue at the moment.
Well, Sakura, you can probably carry a couple people, right? And June, you've shown us that you have the abilities yourself to get yourself up, so
Wait, carry people?
can't you
My
just...
strength isn't that great.
Yeah, but you did turn... Back in Arena, didn't you turn Yuki into a small mouse? Can't you turn yourself into something bigger?
True. Why don't I turn someone else into something big? I don't really want to turn myself into something bigger. That's a bit risky. Then I might forget how to change. I don't think I can actually, like, out of game. I don't think I can change myself into something else because it's a concentration spell.
You can.
You can polymorph. You can polymorph yourself. The only thing that you need to remember is that if you polymorph yourself into something that has like 1 intelligence, then you take that because I think the mental stats doesn't carry over, only the physical stats. Can't recall exactly how polymorph works, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the things.
Yeah, that's why she doesn't really want to turn herself into something else. She feels like her intelligence is needed. It's a bit cocky, but still. But any other volunteers? Let me quickly see what I can turn people into. The one that I do know is a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
You need a pixie for that. You need a pixie for that thing to work, and then to basically fly up. And the problem with the Tyrannosaurus Rex is that everything food. That basically try to eat. So
Z pipes up and goes, I think there's more than one problem with having a Tyrannosaurus Rex down here. If that's what I think you're talking about, I don't think it's going to help us get up to the top. Maybe something with wings?
why don't you turn everybody in? Thanks.
It's a concentration spell. You can only do one at a time.
You can cast at a higher level there and polymorph multiple creatures at once.
Well, Seto, what did you have in mind?
I was just thinking something along the lines of spider, or maybe an eagle. Pretty much anything that can get us out of here, at least yourself. We've seen that June can probably carry herself out. Jerry, well, probably had something up in his sleeves, and that just leaves you, Stheiasnia, and Z. I don't give a fuck about the dwarves, to be honest.
Well,
Good
he
thing
goes
they are
and points to
technically dwarf.
wings on Stheiasnia's back and says, you could probably get out there with those, couldn't you?
I could most likely get out with those, and I could most likely carry someone light. That would still leave some.
Okay, so you carry Jerry. Sakura, if you can turn me into some kind of giant spider or something, or just a giant owl. I kind of like owls. And she says, I don't know what you're capable of, but I'd be happy to turn into something to fly us out of here. I do think we should solve that before we start trying to open up the tunnel or anything. And
Yeah.
is that we're going to cut back to this point. Jerry, with your porcelain armor, does that give you immunity to fire damage?
Resistance.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll say that's enough to withstand the heat of this tunnel, and you eventually manage your way all the way to the doors. What would you like to do there?
Oh yeah, I was about to bring up. Where's the mouse gone?
Can I try the drill I got from the one-eyed on it?
Yes, you can.
You dick.
So
Yeah,
later
I'm not
on,
sure. I'm not on Foundry. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to roll.
Yeah,
If it will
let
even
me
work.
look. Uh, crap. Well, that's been deleted from your sheet as well.
I won't say I didn't expect that.
Okay, so yeah, sorry, let me just quickly read up this on this item. So as a bonus action, you can target an area within a 10-foot cube of non-magical soil, sand, or rock and instantly excavate it, move it along the ground, and deposit it 10 feet away. But you're
It's
trying to use...
magical.
well, not necessarily. I'm just double checking.
Oh.
So it does...
Question?
Okay, sorry. And where... Just remind me, where did you find the drill? Was this the one that One Eye gave you?
The one-eyed, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it does have a charge. I'm just checking, and then okay, yeah. So you can do that if. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to actually make an attack roll against it. So you can just
What's
roll
the
it.
modifier?
Yeah,
I think it has
I'm looking. I
that
don't think it.
modifier.
Oh yeah, it'll be your strength. So yeah, just roll a d20 plus your strength modifier, and then yeah, I will tell you that if you manage to actually break into it, and then you can try and roll through it. Okay, so this
Yeah,
is
16.
initially hard stone. As the first time you try and drill into it, it just kind of goes off to the side, and you you didn't plant it quite right. You can try again if you like.
A bit better.
Okay, with an 18, you manage to get it in a little bit further before it kicks out, and you get the impression if you do it, if it goes too badly, you might actually break the drill trying to get through this thing. But you definitely made a little dent into it. It just wasn't quite there. So you can try one more time if you like. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll go again. Damn it.
Okay, so as you just start drilling into it, it kicks out again, and a small piece of the drill actually flies off to the side. It is still operational, but it feels like it's not quite as stable as it was before. You are still there though. If you want to try again, it would be with disadvantage.
It's not like I have anything to lose. Yeah, I'll try. I have a drill to lose, but 17.
Okay, and with the 17, you try and but it just kicks out again. It seems like this rock is just you just can't get through it. You've managed to get 2 chips out of it, but it's still holding up. What would you like to do?
Hmm. Let's see if I have something.
Okay, so while Jerry's busy trying to drill in through this door, yeah, if you've got any kind of like guidance or anything like that, look it up. But meanwhile, outside, you guys are realizing, wait, where's Jerry?
Yes, where
What
is
is
your
it?
little mouse friend, by the way?
It's actually a shame that, let's say, Gary is more than 30 feet away. Feels like I could use suggestion and basically say, like, break the, and of course, I have knowledge of the wall, then I could basically tell him, like, suggestion and say, break the wall.
I think he's trying.
Trying to
Yeah,
break
I'm
the
just thinking of a
thing.
logical way to basically give him advantage. Yeah, some abilities I don't usually use. Oh, oh,
Z says, I think that's when hopping across. I think he's gone into the tunnel.
Seth will go into the other chamber, and he's just gonna yell us from the top of his lung. Jerry, we're getting the fuck away from here. Can you just come so we can go? We're,
Do I
we're
hear
gonna
him?
find another way.
How far away is Jerry at the moment?
I'm not sure, like
Yeah,
120 feet in the air and then go inside the mountain itself. So
I would say from where you are, I think maybe
he's not where he
150
is on the
feet.
map.
Or
That's just the entrance of the tunnel. He's all the way in there. So, Secho, I'll say, give me a performance check, and Jerry, give me a perception check.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh yeah, he has his drill on, so of course he went here.
Yeah.
He went.
Hey! I'm a cat, dude. I can scream like a motherfucker.
So yeah, that's really- so yeah, Jerry,
Oh my
as
god.
your drill kicks out for the last time, and you just power it down. It's like there's the whining noise from that drill. You hear this kind of this strange sound echoing down the tunnel of this cat yowling, and it seems to be yowling your name. But yeah, you do just hear him, just the echoes.
okay, I can't use the drill anymore, right?
You can keep trying if you like. It's the more you try, the closer you're going to get to breaking the entire thing. And at the moment, it is not functioning properly. It may need repairs, but you can keep trying if you like.
Hmm. I give it a few more tries before heading out. Still disadvantage.
Yeah, it's still disadvantage unless there's anything in particular you want to try.
Do I know how it works? Like, what's the power source of it?
Yeah, of this. It seems like it takes either lightning, radiant, or force energy that keeps it going. It needs to take a charge every day, otherwise it doesn't work.
Can I try to amp it with divine energy?
Yeah, you can do that. If you want to try and pump a spell slot into it, I'll say you can get advantage.
So normal roll.
No, I'll say
Because
it'll actually
oh,
give you
cancel it
advantage.
out.
If you're pumping the whole spell slot into it to try and power it up, then I'll give you full
Yeah.
advantage.
I'll use the first level slot. 27.
Okay, yeah, and with that, it really you give it an extra bit of oomph as it drills into this wall, and you now have it connected. Um, it is drilled into the wall. You haven't actually excavated anything yet, but the drill is in, and it seems to be in pretty deep. You've managed to drill all the way in.
So the drill just reaches max and I can't even continue inwards?
Well, it's
Like the
basically
door
now
is
mounted to the wall, so you've got it. You could use the bonus action now to excavate if you wanted. You'd be able to start actually excavating and drilling deeper and deeper, but it's currently 10 feet in.
Yeah, I'll use the bonus action.
Okay. Are you sure you want to do that?
Just about to use it and sprint out of there as fast as I can.
I can already say that, Jerry, you have an item that makes you immune to fire. But that's all I want to say.
Yeah, but
Only if I'm attuned to it and I don't have the time.
okay, so at this point, are you excavating?
Yeah, I'll excavate and as soon as I hear something off, I'll just sprint.
Okay, so as you excavate out of the side of this drill, as it moves, you see it start to pull just chunks of rock, and you excavate 10, 10 feet worth of rock back into the tunnel. The drill is still in there, and you feel this blast of heat to hit you from the other side, just the hot air. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at advantage because of your fire resistance.
At this point, Jin sensing something is up. I'm gonna ask the elementals and ask, "Hey, what would happen if lava would start flowing through that hole all of a sudden?"
Oh, wrong character.
Who is
The,
Gideon?
the elemental
Different
goes,
campaign.
Well, that would be fantastic. That is what we've been trying to do, but we cannot break through those doors. They've been sealed to us for so long.
Okay, what would happen if it did break? Like, let's say those doors magically decided to break.
Well, I imagine lava would flow in here like it once did, and we would be saved. It would be a river of lava flowing through that tunnel, and oh, it would be glorious.
And how quickly would that flow?
The lava is generally quite slow, but as you can see, and it kind of rubs its hand through the lava and picks it up. This is a little more fluid than you may find deeper down. So relatively fast. And Jerry, what did you get on that saving throw?
That's only like Gary. It was with advantage. Rolled twice. But that would only be normal.
Okay, it's cool. He said it'll BRB, so we'll get back to that once he's back. Yeah, but June, was there anything else you wanted to say?
Okay, that's great. And I turn back to the party and say, "Yeah, I think a little mouse friend is about to break the door open, and we should probably start trying to think about an idea to get out of here, like right about now." Yeah.
Sakura will say, I can turn Z into a giant owl. That's our plan.
All right, I'm gonna keep an eye on that hole. You guys figure out a way. I'll shout when the lava starts because I know I have a very simple way of getting up.
What about Jerry then? I'm just gonna leave him to stay melt.
Well, not my problem.
Sakura, how many people can your owl take?
Are you looking up a giant owl stat?
Oh, sorry, my sister came in and was talking to me. Wait, what? Sorry, I didn't.
The question was how many giant owl can carry.
Oh yes. Sorry about that. Fucking Megan.
Archbeast, so it would be that would be 2 people, not include, of course, not including the person who turned into the owl. Should be fine.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 2 people.
It's a large one, so one can ride and another can be like in its talons. In best case, I would say. Let me actually check what's strength. A 30. Question is carry one in one talon and another in another talon.
No, well,
Oh,
because it's a. I mean, I will rule that 2 people could ride on its back just because I like the visual. But in theory, actually, it should be, if it can take 2 people, it would be holding both of them in its talons, because the way its wings move, you wouldn't want to be sitting on the back of an owl really when it's flying.
Agreed.
Like you'd get squashed every time it flapped its wings.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
But yeah, so we'll say the owl can take 2 people. Are you casting that now, Sakura?
Technically, we'd need 2 owls.
Why? Why?
because she wanna save the dwarves.
Oh.
Oh no. Wait.
I'm basically having a plan. So what I'm doing is basically I run up and I activate my wings, go into the tunnel, which constitutes most likely as Constitution saving throw, right?
Oh boy.
Yeah, once you start walking through there, once you get in, you'll need to make a con save.
Come on, con save, don't fuck me.
This can only go well.
Cool.
What the fuck?
Okay. So you take, as in the entrance of the tunnel, you take 5 fire damage, but you can feel this hot wind blowing through the tunnel as you're walking up there, and okay, this is just bad timing here. But so Jerry, as you've just excavated some of this rock, are you pulling your drill out or leaving it in there as you feel this gust of hot air? Well, you'd managed to get it all the way in. It's basically it's a quite a large drill that you place against the wall, and it's pushed the drill bit all the way inside. And now, if you rotate it, it'll pull things out along the drill. So if you retract the drill bit, it'll leave a hole where you just drilled. But if you want to keep going deeper, you can try and extend it further. But at the moment, you feel like you've broken through to the other side of this door. Okay, so as you pull this thing out of the wall, it coming with it is this ooze, this like red and black ooze that just comes flowing through it, and a spray of lava. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw to try and dodge out of the way as you kind of unplug it, it uncorks and just spurts. Let's see. Yeah, if that gives you advantage on dex saves, then yeah.
If you can see it, he has advantage. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I
you
keep
can.
forgetting about that. I always forget about which ones are active when you raid. which ones aren't. But yeah, if it gives you advantage, you've got it. Oh, okay. It's just not enough as one little fleck lands on your armor, and you would. Okay, so it actually halves. So you take a total of 5 fire damage as a hot piece of lava lands on you, but you just manage to shake it off as it starts burning in through the porcelain, and you feel it getting hot underneath there. But you turn and you start running. As you start running, you see ahead of you. This is now you turn around and just start bolting. You see Stheiasnia walking up the tunnel towards you, and Stheiasnia, you see Jerry running in the opposite direction with a faint orange glow behind him, slowly growing brighter.
Well, soon as Jerry is within 5 feet, like I mentioned, or basically upstairs.
Okay, yeah. So with that, you guys both just disappear and through the dimension door. There's no role for that, is there?
No,
Okay.
not. I think not on. No, because if he is unwilling, he basically just burns to death. That's everything. The thing. And and unless I appear like a place that is always occupied, then when it's teleport, that's everything it does.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So yeah, you guys managed to bamf out of there. As yeah, everyone else down at the bottom, what are you guys doing?
Z has been polymorphed into an owl, and we're just getting up. Yeah.
June is currently sitting cross-legged, waiting for lava to start coming out, and then she's going to shout. When lava does start coming, June is going to shout back to the party and say it's time to go.
As soon as I hear June saying that, I'm out of there. Just sprinting on the wall because monk shit.
Yeah, you easily managed to focus that chakra and run right up there. Sorry, can you tell I started watching Naruto again?
Yeah, it's fine.
And June, so what did you say you were doing?
So June is currently sitting cross-legged on the ground, yeah, and once lava starts spilling out of the opening, she's going to shout to the rest of the party that lava is coming, and yeah.
Yeah, so it'll actually be a little while. You'll see the flash of the dimension door as they weren't that far in when they bamfed out. So you might have noticed something happening in there, but you also can you get out of there yourself? Was that the plan?
Yeah, I have dimension door.
Okay, cool. So yeah, then Z picks up Sakura and starts flapping her wings, and yeah, takes to the air as she starts heading up the cavern as well. And yeah, before long, you start seeing lava trickle over the edge. It's not as much of a violent stream as you might have been expecting, but you do start seeing it seeping over, and there is an immense heat coming from there.
Oh boy, lava coming, and then she's gonna run the side and just shout lava coming, and notice that most of them are already going.
Yeah, at this point, the owl has already taken off, and the Zeto's run up the wall. So, how are you getting up there?
When she walks in and sees most of them running already, is like, oh. Then she's gonna look at the door guy, and what are they doing right now?
They're both just busy. They seem to be arguing over the last berry.
Jin is gonna make a deep sigh, and let me just quickly make sure about something.
If you want that, you can take one creature with you with the dimension, which means
Yes.
that unless Sakura took one of the Duergos, basically one would have to die.
I think
Presumably.
if you have a plan to get the other one out, then Sakura will go back for the other one.
I can dimension door one of them with me.
Cool. So I'll take one of them. I'll see to take one of them.
Okay. Yeah, so Z, as you're flying up, you just kind of give her the command to go back for one, and you see the owl sort of roll its eyes and then fly back down and take the smaller one, just gripping it like by the head, and it starts kind of screaming as it's kicking about, and she just lets out a hoot as she flies back up to the top.
Yeah, I walk up to the other one and I say, "Today's your lucky day," and I open up the portal, push him through, and dive through it as well, teleporting up 500 feet up to the to the top.
Okay, cool. And with that, you guys all managed to find your way back to the top. And yeah, you think there's definitely some lava flowing in there. Yeah, the map is loading now.
Oh, by the way, while I was running, I would have been tongues would have still been activated, so the fire elementals would have heard me saying, "Lava is coming! Lava is coming!"
You would have heard a cheer coming from them, especially as it starts pouring over. They all would have rushed to it like they're going to go and bathe under the waterfall.
Oh, awesome!
And we most likely made a giant barbecue.
Giant barbecue. What?
The storm giant fell down into the hole, so.
Oh yeah! What happened to the storm giant body?
Yeah, it's still down there. If it starts filling up with, you don't know. It's right there in the middle.
Of course, how much would a storm giant body weigh? Because if it is within June's carry capacity, that would be, and within range that doesn't specify a range, as I recall. Oh, he has to carry it. We've carried it actually with him.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's trying to take the body with it, but it,
Most definitely not.
Actually, now that I think about it, what would you say if, let's say, just as an example, let's say that I took a healing potion, then I want to dimension door it into the stomach of a ally. Of course, that would trigger that. I would take the 4d6. Let me see. I think it's force damage. Yes, it's force damage. But would that be something you would allow?
Why don't you just
Yeah,
feed them the healing potion?
Now,
yeah, I might allow, but it
now
might not have the effect you're looking
let's
for.
say now I'm just think about like if I was capable, couldn't like get to them with that action. That is like what I think.
It could possibly work, but it might not have the effect you're looking for. But who knows? You're always welcome to try and be creative. But yeah, with that, you guys managed to find your way back to the top, and I'm just going to put the other two Durga down. So as the owl swoops down and places you on the platform, and then lands there, and she shuffles her feathers. What are you guys doing?
Pretty much been like real happy that say that I didn't get turned into fire, like a shish kebab or something like by the lava.
Yeah, Sakura pet Z. She's not gonna unpolymorph her yet. I mean, look, a pet owl is useful.
Ooh.
She kind of prances around as an owl and is just like examining her own wingspan, and she seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah, I just let her. It's very entertaining to watch. But I'm glad she got to live out her dream of being an owl. And I'll let her do it again sometime.
She stands with her back to you and then looks at you and winks, like turning her neck as only an owl can, just because she can. What are you going to say, Jude?
I'll give her a thumbs up.
Now I actually wonder, is she now an owl folk? That's like the latest UK.
She can only dream.
And don't let your dreams be memes.
June, what were you going to say?
Well, once everybody is safely up, June is going to go find Seto and say, walk up to him and say, "Well, I guess this means we're even." And she's gonna put her hand out to Shakers.
Well, I'll take the shake. I'll say, I guess we are. Though we don't know if this still worked, but I guess we'll see. Unless we have to go and somehow unclog the other side.
Yeah, why was you actually? That's curious, of course you could. Why was you?
That is something I'm going to keep to myself. For now, I have a job to try yet at Toto, so if you would please, I am going to make my way there. She's going to begin walking away.
If we look it down, do we see anything happening in the abyss?
You can still sort of hear the cheers of those fire elementals, and the really straining to look. You can see that the orange glow is quite a bit brighter now, though the stream doesn't seem like it was fast enough to really be filling it up quickly. Bear in mind, Jerry only drilled one tiny hole in the door.
Jerry, how much did you say that we have for your spell? Jerry can't talk. Gotta read. Oh, Jerry's not here.
Jerry!
Jerry!
Mr. Wilford.
Jerry! Oh, he's
Oh,
still
he's
not back yet, so... Oh, now he is.
How long do we have on your spell?
Yeah, what did I miss after I bolted out of the tunnel?
Wait.
Oh, you... Yeah, so you and Stheiasnia dimension doored up to the top. Z got turned into a giant owl and lifted Sakura and one of the Draga up to the top. Seto did some dope monk shit, bounced his way up, and June dimension doored with one of the other Drago. You've just arrived at the top and everyone's discussing what happened down there.
But the biggest question is, what happened to the last Barry?
As I said, I would ask Jerry how long do we have on his spell that he casted on Yuki?
Oh, 10 days.
10 days. Holy shit. Well, since you said that it's gonna take a bit, maybe we should just take a short rest and see what happens.
Did you get the other water to flow?
I mean, Sakura tried, but it seemed like it dented, right? Right, Sakura?
Yeah. It didn't go deep enough.
Yeah, but it
When I
means
look
that
down, is it?
You say 10 days is only a moment. Like we've been at this for like 3 months, I think, and it's gone through like a week. So 10 days is a long time. Don't worry.
Yeah, but when I say only a moment, I think about someone that would think like, oh, 1,000 years is like just like wouldn't even be a lifetime for a person. That's why I say it's only a moment.
Anyways,
Can I try?
if
Did the
we
lava go to the?
yeah, the lava will overflow on the other side, and once it comes into reach, it will melt the other door, or at least it should, since the lava has a lot like a much larger potency than a firebolt have. So I'm suggesting let's just wait a little bit and see what happens, rather than going and
Yeah,
trying to
sounds good.
go through a tunnel.
DM,
Yeah.
would I know who Yuki is by any chance? If they mention him.
And I mean, they've mentioned that losing a friend, Sakura gave you some basic information, but that would be all that you knew was what Sakura told you.
Yeah, I don't think she actually mentioned his name. I think that everybody pretty much referred to him as Sergeant, and I didn't actually hear his name until now.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, when Jun hears Yuki, she just stops in her tracks and she says, "Is your sergeant by any chance Daichi Yukimura, son of Daichi?"
Yeah. Why do you ask?
No, no reason. And she pretty much stops in her tracks and she isn't moving, and she's trying to think of what to do now.
That calls for an insight check, I feel.
Yeah, definitely. That's Z's reaction. Okay, yeah, you can. I mean, this is kind of up to you, June. What do they get with that insight? If you want to give a deception to hide something from them, you can. Otherwise, you tell me.
Well, basically, Jun. Well, she doesn't make a face, but she kind of makes the same reaction when you find something out that you've been looking for. It's like, oh, so these are the guys.
These
Well,
are the
looks like I'm going to be staying with you guys for a while.
and why? And why is that?
Oh, you don't need to know for now. Either
Yes,
way, I'm.
I do.
Sakura's gonna keep her guard up. Like,
Yeah, June
doesn't
literally.
seem safe.
June turns around and just sits right down over here. It's like, and I'm here to stay.
There's a lot more of us here than is, and you're alone. Unless you want to tell us why is Yuki important to you, I don't think that anyone here will trust you or your
Well,
ideas.
well, let's just say I'm a big fan of his work.
It sounds kind of stalkery. And she'll like turn to Sessa. Are you sure we should be letting like someone who seems like a stalker just like tag along with us?
You know, that's really rude to assume that of somebody.
I mean, I'm just saying it sounds really stalkery.
Certainly could be an
Sakura is intelligent, not charismatic.
She didn't pose any threat, but I don't think that we should entirely believe her either. I mean, we can afford her to tag along, but let's just say that we're gonna have more than one eye on her.
I'll just say this. I have a very particular set of skills that will help you out. I won't be here forever, only until I get back to Toto.
You're a native?
Sort of. And she gets really confused at the question.
Actually, Sakura will ask, "Who is this Yuki-ti? Why are you a fan of his work?" And what after she asks this, she casts Detect Thoughts.
Oh boy. Well,
Okay, yes.
he is Dragon of the West, and he is really, really good at fighting. And I've been a fan of his work for a while now.
And what
What
are her thoughts?
pretty much that. Nothing really different.
Hmm.
Or should I, DM? Should I roll a deception check or something?
You can't roll deception for your
No, I
thoughts.
think it's a wisdom save that you need to make.
What it is like the base, like detect thought is basically like the surface thought. So that is basically. But if she is like digging deeper, like let's say, example, she casts detect magic on not detect thought on Stheiasnia, and seeing like why is this coin important? Then like maybe they see this, but if they want to see like what's deeper, like why is this person important, and it's like trying to dig like even deeper, like okay, where is their grave? Like is then they would need to do a wisdom save, but if it's only surface thoughts, there's no save.
Yeah.
She's trying to dig deep into these
Alright.
Yeah, so
thoughts.
give me a wisdom save. Otherwise, it doesn't have to necessarily be words. It can be images. It can be flashes of anything.
All right, let's see. Ah, that's 21. Screw you.
Hey.
No.
When she does this, I look at her and say, you know, I don't appreciate people looking through my thoughts. So if I were you, please stop.
I don't appreciate people just tagging along because someone we know interests them per se. It's kind of fishy.
Well, what's fishy is expecting people to trust others right off the bat of just meeting them. And I don't expect you guys to trust me. I just want to tag along. That's all I want to do.
Just a question. Who had also transformed into like turned your clothes, right?
I beg your pardon?
Last session when you transformed into Seto and Sakura, you also transformed your clothes to basically look like theirs, right?
Indeed.
Oh yeah, well that's just fine since there's a landmine there. There's a landmine. That's all I want to say.
Can anyone just give me a quick recap since I dropped? What did Sakura learn?
We're linking June. They are linking June.
Linking?
I think it's a Hebrew thing.
Isn't that a
Oh.
Jew thing?
Close enough.
So June is Stan from the Losers Club.
Come again?
Stan is a Jew.
Why is there two Sakuras?
Yeah.
I think Zeto maybe have run across some interesting mushrooms or something.
I don't see two Sakuras.
I see one
they were-
Sakura, and I have had like 9 units, like 10 units at the moment.
I see one Sakura and two Party Chickens.
Yeah, I think I have
Well,
to
yeah, I don't.
refresh.
Glitches from the last time. I don't know. I can only see one Sakura.
What the fuck is wrong with yours, Seto? Because
Yeah, I
I
think
only
my
see one.
internet broke and just, I don't know, some shit happens.
Yeah,
No, because
something
that was. I also had that, but I deleted one. I wasn't sure which was the real one.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. Let's just ignore that for now. There's only
Maybe
one.
you delete the clone. Maybe you delete the real one, and now we only have the clone left.
Quite possible. So at this point, as you guys, yeah, there wasn't. Sakura wasn't able to dig much deeper. Because June made the wisdom save, so it was just those surface thoughts. But as you guys are having this discussion, you see the other two, the Draga, approach that other dwarf that was with you, and they both seem to be pushing it around. It seems to be a little argument breaking out over there. But yeah, what are you guys doing? If you are going to spend all night figuring out whether we trust each other, or
Well,
yeah,
what I had in
Jin will say, like, you don't have to trust me, but I won't stab you guys in the back for some reason, because last I checked, in this cave, there's only things like giants and Jorgar. And I and I give a look at some of the Jorgar. Of course, undead things. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be sticking with you guys.
Well, as long as you don't meddle into our plans, I don't see a reason why you can't tag along, but you should know that we are not the most safe group on the planet. Stuff might happen.
Well, I do know your squad has a high fatality rate.
Would you know
Of
that?
one.
everyone has pretty much been complaining about it ever since you met you. So,
Yeah, pretty much. I think we even mentioned that we are not going to lose another dragon somewhere. Anyways, let's just grab a couple of minutes of breather and see what happens. If the lava flows, or if we are going to need to go through a damn mine.
okay, so you guys going to take a short rest?
That's what
Sounds
I'm
good to me.
suggesting, but I don't know if everybody else is up for it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, finally back. Well, I'm gonna be tinkering with the stuff Sakura gave me in a short rest since I can't really heal.
Okay, I think that is actually a good place for us to take a quick break. If anyone wants to grab coffee or anything, do it now, and then we will pick back up after the short rest.
Awesome.
Okay. Sakura, do you
Yeah,
happen to have the armor I was talking about on you, or did it disappear as well?
Pardon?
Do you happen to have the armor you were about to give me, or did it also disappear from the inventory?
Let me see.
Did the ring also disappear?
What the hell do you even shoot?
Oh, I somehow have the nice. But no, the
You probably gave it to me and it got deleted from my inventory.
but yes, I have the ring.
Can you remember what the rarity of the armor was?
Yeah, that's the question. No, it was general. It was the highest rarity, but I don't know what type of armor it is.
It's
I'm
half
pretty sure it
plate.
was half plate.
Yeah, I've added it to your sheet again, Jay.
Okay. I can have it on D&D Beyond. I saw it there as a homebrew item.
Not everything
Like it
is on D&D Beyond. Like the saw
Yep.
blade only exists because I spent like some time to homebrew it. It's not even the
Yep.
perfect solution.
Bear in mind, some of those things, they might have just been people that got these same items and did exactly that and made them themselves. Because you got the rare variant, there are different variants that are. It gives different stats depending on the rarity, but you found the rare one, which is AC 15
Yeah, but
plus
the
2
armor,
dex.
yeah, which is 0.
The armor is
So
half
it's
plate,
quicker.
medium armor.
Yeah, I know. My armor now is 16.
Worst thing it can be is
And
the serpent armor.
How do you even attune on Forge? This is weird.
Yeah, some things like your ACs will have to do manually. But so are you switching your armor from the one that you made to that mage hunter?
no, not yet. Because it's a bit weaker. And I won't have the strength of the belt. I have
Yeah.
to try to mix them up at the forge later.
Yeah, just as I
Okay.
said, Jerry would I think we even discussed that last time. Like Jerry most likely wouldn't want it because it didn't have the strength thing. Basically weaker.
Yeah, I wanted to try something with Storm Giant, but I don't think he's in what is it called? In solid shape anymore.
Oh, you mean the Storm Giant strength?
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's like. Yeah, like if you consider it, like we haven't even checked like any creature if there's like any like usable parts. Maybe like I can't recall what they are called. Like the infernal creatures with the tongue. Maybe that could have like extended the reach on some of our armors. Not armors, but weapons.
Yeah, I already have 20 feet.
Yeah, but changed with that disables that fine. Right, since that's fairly safe.
I don't know if adding like rope to it will still make it a melee. You're still attacking it from range. It doesn't have reach, it has range. Two different things. If it has reach, then yeah, it's melee. It depends on the wording.
Yeah, yeah. I know that there is the weapon. It's a bow that basically allows you to add smite or something to the attack.
Was it just stone I got from? Is moved from the drill? Yeah, probably.
Sorry, say that again.
The drill, they digged only through stone, like it pulled out only stone from the other side.
Yeah, you just managed to get through stone. It's a hell of a thick door.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The Naruto soundtrack.
Batman.
I don't think you should drink while you're playing D&D, mate.
Yep, agreed.
What do you mean? Like, I have like an empty bottle here of wine.
By the way, Debbie, if the item doesn't work, should I just manually change stuff or?
Yeah, sometimes some of these things don't fit properly, or they don't actually automatically adjust on the character sheet. So I'll only be updating them when you guys gain a level, but otherwise just make sure that everything's in order as much as you can. I've tried to do that. I don't know your guys' characters as well.
Sure. Well,
I can mention one that is like, holy shit, this one, like, just making it works. I'm not even sure it works properly. Plus, also, it has the special DM discretion where it's like, it can be a 4d6 instead of the 2d6. It uses the word.
well,
Yeah,
after
if
a short rest. Sure.
I was just going to say if the item isn't working on Foundry, you must bring that up, because it's not like I'm intentionally making the items not work as they are written.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
works.
but-
I already tested that the item works. I just need to pick the 2d8 or 4d.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a
Sorry, Seta, what were you going to say?
yeah, I've got a glowing orb 1 feet after the short rest above my head, following me
Oh,
around.
nice. You're using the irons.
Oh, by the way, you can roll an additional, I think, D8 to get HP back.
Oh, what?
Yeah, because
The
of Song
Song
of
of
Rest.
Rest.
Oh, my G.
A D8, sorry, not D6. She gets out that
These
same
are
clip she
awkward.
played on earlier, and is just playing a very pretty song. I don't know which one though.
Imagination.
You can roll on that tape if you want to tell us.
That's what.
Hey, there we go.
That is what I just did. Crossbow, a song about a ranger who rides into a town to collect a bounty alive or dead against the barbarian reckless Red. No one dared to ask his business. No one dared to make the slip, because the ranger there among them had a crossbow at his hip.
Do you
So
know
is a
that that's
barbarian.
God damn it.
No, I do not.
God damn it.
Big
I'd
iron
hoped,
on the
Johnny
tip.
Cash?
damn,
I beg your pardon?
I'd hoped it would have been the bear, the maiden fair.
Those are changed lyrics from a Johnny Cash song. I actually I know that because I rewrote it myself for a bard character. I used
Oh, that's awesome.
the same thing, and this is different, but I recognize the pattern.
There's also the
That's awesome.
song.
I think it sounded like Big Iron.
There's also the other song. She didn't
be
talk
wrong.
much, Batman could she swallow? The woman from Stoneberry Hollow, who is also your mom.
South Park.
Yep, exactly. South Park. I love that song so much.
So is everyone back? Did anyone actually take a break?
I went to make tea.
Same.
Pretty much
So,
only
are
have
you
one.
still-
Much only have one bottle of this
Yeah.
one.
I'm back.
Okay, so yeah, then we can up at the end of your short rest. Seto has now got this strange stone floating around his head as June sings you some strange sort of country songs, and yeah, playing on a harp as well. Am I right? Hey, June, are you your instrument of choice is a harp? Yes.
No. It's I've reflavored it as a flute, a traditional Japanese one.
Okay. You should mention that because I've found a bunch of background music. But okay.
Oh,
We got lots of flute
apologies.
music.
Yeah.
It's alright. I've got lots of flute music too because Australia already. So I figured
yeah.
you'd probably end up learning Japanese flute.
Yeah, just the thing. I've disabled on my end the rhythm bot to avoid the copyright claim, so the stream won't be like blocked from view.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you. Sorry you can't hear the music anymore. But right now it's not actually that fitting. So it's in battle music mode. I didn't quite prep it right. I wasn't sure which way you were going to go tonight. So which way are you going to go? You guys have finished your short rest. I assume that the polymorph has worn off by now. I think it only lasts for like an hour. Am I right?
Yep, an hour.
Okay, yeah, so Z is back to a human form. You can see that while you were resting, the Drogo were busy like bullying the smaller one, but he managed to convince them that he sent all of you down there to save them, and they all seem to be getting along a little bit better now. But he is also trying to stop them from crossing any of the bridges. He's just trying to keep them engaged. Other than that, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, while the Drogo were telling, I want to go to Sakura and say, "Hey, by the way, what did you do to those Drogo?"
I didn't catch that end part. What did I?
Oh, by the way, what did you guys do to those Drogo?
You mean the Durgar? Well,
Yes.
I suppose that's something. Well, let's see. You tell me your secret, I'll tell you mine.
Well, that's not much of a secret. I can just walk across the bridge and go find out. And I'm pretty sure my secret is a lot bigger than yours.
That's why I'd like to know it so badly.
If it proves that I can trust you with it, then I might tell you.
She gets excited. She is, after all, a 15-year-old girl.
And I take that back.
Now, nuggets. She's finally gonna be let in on a secret. Like, that's a teenage thing she still has to do. Just let her have her secret, please.
Are you gonna tell me what happened to those Drogo or not?
She'll just like take you aside away from them. And she'll whisper, well, we kind of killed them all.
You killed them all. If you don't mind me asking, what made you kill them all?
Well, that's not for me to disclose. You'll have to talk to my superior to find out. She'll look to Seto. How was I moved by someone? Wow.
Magical.
No, you were on the map. I was like, okay, so wait, if you were on the map then, were you guys having that conversation just across this cavern?
No, I'm not on the map. I'm watching on the screen. On the stream, and I saw someone moving, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, we were probably been chatting about it quite a bit away from the other Joker.
Yeah, there is still a giant body over there, but I assumed you guys were having that conversation in private.
Almost.
So yeah, it's fine. They haven't overheard you.
How much did it fill up the cavern?
In the past hour, you can see that the glow is more or less the same, maybe a little bit brighter, but probably not yet enough to cross the streams.
You never
Jeez.
cross the streams.
Don't cross the
So then
streams.
she'll turn to me, and she'll be like, okay, I told you my secret, now it's your turn.
I'm not about to tell you a secret like on the level miners, just to know that you killed the whole entire family of Draugr, I guess.
She looks visibly disappointed.
And I don't think I can trust you with my secret yet,
Why?
because it could get me killed very, very easily.
She's good at keeping secrets.
Yeah, sure. Keep telling yourself that.
She sucks at charisma, so she can't roll a persuasion, because that will not work.
No,
Roll
actually,
fireball.
it's pretty accurate. You can roll a persuasion because you just proved that you just gave up your secret so easily. So it'll be fitting.
You
Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
those rolls. Yep.
I try to keep them. I'm just not very good at keeping secrets about myself. You see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you haven't noticed, I'm not the most charismatic person. I wouldn't say I'm the best with people. I'm fairly good with them, but not the best.
Mm-hmm. And my entire job is to read people very, very well. And well, yeah.
I try.
Shall I go on?
I'm done. I'm sad now.
could
I'm seeing everything you guys are posting. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. You guys are so far off. You have no idea.
Yuki is like 17. I don't think June is Yuki's child.
Come on, man. Like, that's only logical.
can we
Maybe
roll
June.
anything to, I guess how much would it take based on how much it took right now for the lava to spill over and get to the level of the other side?
Yeah, you can do that. It would be an intelligence or maybe I'm not sure what check that would be.
Probably intelligence.
Yeah, but
Nature.
it would be one of your skills. Mm, yeah, I'd say either for intelligence it would be an arcana, but for wisdom you can just give me a perception to try and figure that out.
26.
Okay. Yeah, so with that you see that it is rising very slowly. It could actually not be rising at all from what you can see up there, and that it may just be burning up and adding to whatever's already in there. You think there's a possibility that those elementals are actually consuming some of the lava, and there is also the possibility that because Jerry only drilled a small hole, there's actually not much of a flow coming through at all. It was just basically a trickle.
Son of a. Well, Seth's gonna get up and he's just gonna say, I don't think that was enough. And he's gonna look at the two Durgars and he's gonna ask them, you said there was a way in the mines, right?
They turn and the smaller one ushers out and goes, "Oh, I can show you the way. Yeah, now that we've got my friends back, as long as we can take the long way round.
Long way. What do you mean a long way?
Well, I just mean, let's not go back the way we came.
Oh, sense.
And he just gives you this look like he doesn't want to take you back through the tavern. But then he goes, though I didn't know if you managed to do something, the temple might have changed. And he's kind of looking through that open space at the top where the pillars are. But he shrugs and says, "But if you want to go to the mine, it's just around the back. You killed one of the dire weasels there, remember?"
Yeah.
Zeta will be just shocked. So, could I deduce that the Durin told them what the hell happened there?
No, well, with your passive perception, you would have overheard their entire conversation, and he definitely has not told them what happened. He's basically claimed that he was the reason that these two were saved, and he's like, no, that his brothers didn't want to do anything about it, and he's just been trying to spin the story, and they've been very aggressive towards him. Seems maybe they were part of the group that didn't like him much.
Hmm.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I'm about to spin this story on its head in a minute.
Well, if everybody's ready, let's just move. The sooner we get this done, the better for us. And just let's not go to the right path because there's some scary fucking shit there, and I don't want to meet those things ever again.
That one of the dwarves points across the cavern to the door on the bottom left and says, "We could go through there if the other side's bad." And unless, wait, which right were you talking about?
The one where I saw some freaking medusas.
Bone egg, everything.
What's the problem with Gorgons?
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the little beasties, did you? Aye.
Yeah.
Well, we can get through them. I mean, this place is rather big. If you're just trying to get to the mines, then the shortest way would be through that door. And he points again to the one on the bottom left.
Well,
But yeah, we'll say where you saw those bone nuggets is actually only like the middle of the map. So
they were like here.
There's another path to the bottom right. With the right that I didn't go entirely inside, check it, but there is a path.
Well, the fastest route, the better. Lead on.
okay, so just to clarify, you're trying to get to the mine. You're not going because you've basically got the three options: is to go to the door on the left, which would be fastest to the mines, the path on the right that Jerry's talking about you haven't explored, and then the temple to the north.
Oh, but wouldn't we see a temple glowing or anything if our plan worked?
That's yeah.
what
Based on
Dory
what
said.
Wolf told you is that it glows a lot more, but you guys haven't actually been inside the temple to have a look. It's not. You don't see much glowing in there. There does seem to be something faint, but you're not sure. You would need to actually go in there to find out.
Okay, before anything happens, can I just, Zeta essentially, just run and try to pull the lever again, since the last time it didn't do anything?
Yeah, you can try that. As you do, it has the same response though. It seems to click into place and then flip back, and it doesn't. You don't notice any immediate change.
Well, I'm gonna come back and I'm just gonna say, well, apparently didn't work. Jerry, you said something about your path. Did you saw anything like anything there that would make sense that we go there, because it just puts us in risk of finding something we might not want
I
to
just
find?
said there is a path. I don't know what's in there.
Oh. Well, let's just go to a mines. Screw it.
Okay, cool. So you guys are going. Then the dwarves will lead you down to that door, and one of them will pull out a small stone key. Well, it looks like just a rock with a rune on it, and he waves it up and down across the door in a strange pattern, and it slides open.
Huh.
Nice.
We're following them.
I'm just following the dwarf.
Yeah, so he leads you back and through quite a tight tunnel, but back to the battlefield. And as you guys get there first, he goes, oh shite, and he just starts sort of trembling a bit. But as you are heading back, the other two dwarves split off, and they head back towards the tavern as they are following behind. So, is everyone just following close behind Seto, or what are you guys doing?
DM, do you mind just giving me like 30 feet of dark vision so I don't have to drag the dancing lights around?
I can get a dancing light to just follow you.
That would be also just as good.
Could you please just like, drag my character over there? I'm just using the stream right now for. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. It should follow you where you're going. Is it following you?
No, it is not. Okay, let me try now. Nope, still not following.
Oh, well, you did light a torch, we'll say.
Alright, cool.
Oh, holy shit.
Busted June, excited June, big headed June, deep June.
I just tried to light a torch. What happened?
I don't know. Something tells me something's going supernova.
Okay, it's what's called activated thingy. I'm a little bit afraid. Does the light hate June or something?
Damn it, I don't know why it's doing that. It's creating extra tokens instead of just emitting light. Wow, okay, I don't know. Just drag select both of them and move them at the same time.
Beg your pardon?
Just try drag select both of them and move them at the same time.
Yeah, I think one thing that might help is if you just give the dancing lights the ability to just phase through walls, and then it'll be much easier because then I would have to rearrange things to get past some other things.
Yeah, I don't know how to give them that ability.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
That's
yeah, I'll work
why
with it.
Eldritch Adapt is so great.
Yeah, no, sorry, that's just a. It shouldn't matter for much longer if you're going into the mines. Are you guys all going just straight in there?
I think
May
so.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, because then
While we're
we've got to
walking, can I see?
everyone's.
can-
Sorry, say again.
While we're like when you enter the mine, can I just stay on lookout for any metals that can be used for crafting?
Yeah, just hold on a second until we get into
Yeah,
mines and see
no
what's in
problem.
this. They are mines, so yeah, they are things to mine.
Mine.
Mr. Mime.
Mr. End is a
Okay, so it's just taking a while to load. Yeah. Oh God, and I've still got Yuki on this map.
God damn.
Sorry, I forgot I'd already put the tune down. Okay, is everyone down there? Okay, now just before everyone starts running around, just remember that the picking up of items not tends not to be working so well. So if you're going to pick something up, just call it out, because yeah, it can get kind of complicated.
and I see on the stream lots of like glowing ores.
Yeah, so those where there are like little crystals sort of on top of the crystals, but those are the items are things that you could potentially mine from it. You would just need a pick, some kind of miner's pick, but
Well, I
you
see
may
two
also
pigs on
find
the
other
left.
magic. You might find some items like those picks on the side that are you can pick up and you should be able to use.
Yeah, but I
I'll
have a
grab
drill,
one.
so as long if it's not magical, I can just
Shit.
dig it up like that. Or is it a drill not from just to clear out, not to mine?
No, you could use the drill.
Still disadvantage because it's broken.
Well, okay, hold on.
Problem.
This depends. What are you trying to drill? You can't just drill the whole cavern.
No,
So
no, just the metals.
you don't see
She's
any
scattered around.
metals. You
The
don't see any. Okay, just hold on. Can I describe to you
yeah,
what
yeah.
you see? So as you guys all walk in there, this cavern is just full of crystals that are some of them are massive, and just can you just stop moving your characters for a second? So a lot of them are glowing different colors, and there is an intense like radiating magic within this place. As you get to the door, the dwarf goes, I did say I will be coming in there with you, so good luck. And you hear him kind of scamper off to go and hide somewhere as you all enter this cavern. And there, okay, who found the two picks there on the side?
I went to them, and because Seta would know what they're for, so I would probably want to give one for myself and one from Jerry.
Okay,
Since
and
we are
when
both the young smiths.
did you pick it up? And did
I
it?
picked one up. The Stheiasnia, I guess, picked the other.
Okay, yeah, but as Jerry said, he's got his drill, which would also work in here. That's pretty much what it's for. but you see there is the first block of crystals in front of you when you walk in is this pink sort of energy. There is another set of blue crystals over to the side, and behind it there's this kind of greenish blue which seems to be crackling with energy within it. It looks almost like lightning inside the crystal.
I don't think we see the green ones.
That's just the one directly above, so it's that one there.
Okay. Let's get to it then.
Okay, so which one are you going for?
The first one, the pink one, the purple.
Okay, so you can give me an attack roll with your the same as you were doing in the tunnel. At this point, it'll be a normal roll because it's still got some of the charge from your radiant energy.
Natural 20.
Hey, yeah, nat 20. So you managed to pick that up. I'm going to just. Ooh.
Yeah, I have a list on the Beyond of everything I like mine, and so just you can tell me now, edit manually.
Okay, wait. Stheiasnia, did you just pick that up?
I did not pick that up.
Okay, then it's.
I
sorry,
just moved so he could see it.
Once, I thought it needed a double click to pick up, but so you get an Iron Stone of Fortitude. And in doing so, you smash that entire crystal, but you have managed to mine, an Iron Stone of Fortitude.
Okay, I wrote it down.
Okay, cool. And so who's heading up there? Is that June up at the top?
Yes, I've just begun walking up this way.
Okay. What does everyone else think?
Would I know any of these materials that I'm seeing?
You recognize them now that you're attuned to that ironstone. You recognize that these crystals. It's probably what this thing is made out of.
Also, I would know that most of these stuff might have the similar benefits.
Quite possibly, yeah. You get the feeling that these crystals probably have different different properties. You notice different colors and things, but you can give me an investigation or an arcana for that.
I'll use investigation. Good. Middle of a park.
Yeah, you just get the idea that different colors probably mean different things.
Seems about right.
I would explain. I would come back and just explain Jerry and the party that the stones in these caves might have magical properties that might help us improve in the areas that we lack. And I would ask Jerry if he can carefully mine them out, that would be great.
Careful is my middle name.
That's why I said it the way I said it. Would we see these things?
Sorry, which things?
That's...
Okay, so wait, who's that? So June, as you step there and you're getting a little bit closer, that's one of the crystals with the lightning kind of crackling within it. And as you stand there, you hear this mighty roar as something deeper in the cavern is busy screeching out, and you hear lightning this crack of thunder as lightning arcs between all of these crystals, and I need you to make a death saving throw, please.
Oh shit! Okay.
She's not next to me, right? I'm not on the stream.
A 19 though. That's pretty good.
Yeah, 19. Yeah, you see it coming. You see this lightning crackle across from crystal to crystal coming from somewhere in the back of the cavern. And as it blasts between the two crystals you're standing in, you dive to the ground and just manage to get out of the way. So I would move up one or two either way.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope,
So there,
nope,
you just managed to get out of the way. But you can hear this rumbling sound somewhere deeper in the cavern.
Yeah, something not nice is down here. I see why our Dwargar friend doesn't want to come with us.
Well, we just have to be careful and don't get too spread apart.
I really want my map to reload. What's the blue stones?
These ones?
Yeah.
You'd have to get it out of there to try and figure out
Okay.
all of these crystals. I mean, those are not just stones. That's basically the crystal vein that you can see there.
Ooh. Can I
I guess
try?
I better get to work.
You would
Can I
need,
try
yeah,
and-
you either need. Jerry's got his drill, but if you've got some sort of miner's pick or something, you can try and get it, or you can just click on it and pick it up like I told you not to. Do you have some way of getting it out of there?
No. I'll ask Jerry to do it. I'm just gonna put that in his because I didn't actually mean to click on it. Sorry about that.
So, yeah, I'm just saying, be careful with these items, because once you've got your token, it's just one click. That's why I was asking earlier as well. But Jerry, are you going to start going up to those ones?
Yeah.
Okay, you can give me another attack roll, and yeah, that'll be enough. You manage to draw that one out, and you guys get a blue sapphire.
I'll hand it to Sakura.
Sakura, don't go there.
And Sakura, you hear a crack of energy as you need you to make a dex saving throw as you activate the trap again.
How much? Did I get like one blue sapphire? What did I get? It's already down. Like, what's the item? The
item is an elemental gem, blue sapphire.
Elemental gem, blue sapphire.
The cons of not actually being able to see where you mustn't go on the map until you get on the map. See, I think I failed. What happens to me?
Right. Oh my
Oh,
sweet. Holy shit!
You take 43 lightning damage.
I'm dead.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm done as
Oh.
Rip Sakura!
Okay. Well,
Uh,
Seth was gonna just quickly dash to Sakura and just remove her out of the way, if needed, tossing her into the arms of Jerry. If I need to make a save, if not, I'll just dodge from.
You'll be able to grab it as it right after that happens. You'll see her get struck, and I mean you were watching this and shouting out. So I'll allow that for you to run in before it arcs again. You'll manage to pull it back.
Okay, and I'll just quickly look at the Z and just shout, "She get the fuck here!"
And June will immediately walk over and say, hang on, I've got this. She takes out the flute again It plays a beautiful angelic song, and she casts level 5 Cure Wounds. You're welcome.
Ooh, level 5.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Oh, so you're a healer. You should have opened with that, June. I really have to say, you are more than welcome in our party. Sakura, you okay? My God.
It's supposed to be level 5. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's an additional 48. Let me quickly cast that.
Plus 20.
There you go. So 35 points of healing. You're welcome.
How did you do that? Now it's additional 44. Right?
Yeah, 48.
Yeah,
It's,
but plus 5. Oh,
no,
plus 5 is in total. Sorry.
Yeah.
As soon as that happens, Settles just say, okay, nobody move. Don't run yourself. Leave me or Jerry for scouting, since we are probably the most agile ones. Just go behind us, please. And don't touch anything.
Just look at him. What the fuck are you talking about?
We are the only ones
What
that
about
we
me
can
being
invade.
agile?
We can the only one that we can invade. Shit.
I can't evade shit. Not yet.
Stheiasnia, just go. What the fuck?
I shout to Sakura. You're welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
I'll just mind the second one for now.
I can just imagine Sakura's hair.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, actually, I was thinking about this, but I wanted to talk to you guys about it first. I wanted to introduce 0 hit point injuries. So those are like
What do you
they're
mean?
not necessarily massively detrimental things. They might be if the roll goes badly, but I think it could be interesting because otherwise, when you go down, it kind of has no mechanical effect, even though you just got struck by lightning and it nearly killed you.
You know,
You mean like we'll lose a limb or
way too
something?
much because she's really fucking squishy. So I feel like eventually she's just not going to be able to do anything if you do that.
No,
Um,
they're things that you can heal from, but it's like you'll have to recover a little bit. It might be like you get a tooth knocked out or something like that. It's just or maybe you get a scar or something. They're not always the most terrible. It's not like your legs and arms are going to start falling off.
Well, Sakura, if you're squishy, maybe be behind.
You're the wizard. Stay behind the big fighters.
But I'm down for it. If you want to introduce them, I'm down for it. As long as we
Yeah.
understand the mechanics of it, I'm down to anything, to be honest.
Just don't make the Luke injuries because those
And-
those are nasty.
Did Stheiasnia
No,
really run away?
No, she just moved
When I
to
commanded everybody to stop and you just went away on your own.
Exactly.
Oh wait, where did Stheiasnia move?
Yeah,
Why?
because she wants really to get fucking electrocuted.
Yeah.
Literally just stepped around the corner. Are you guys all shouting for it to come back?
No, I'm just minding the other gem.
Yeah, I specifically said that nobody move, and
remember it's a magical effect.
If you choose
remember,
to move,
methods are not magical effects.
Jerry, you find another blue sapphire.
Nice.
Well, me and Jerry are gonna lead the way, as I said.
Akira's gonna follow after them.
You know?
I assume we're going around the trap.
Yeah,
well,
that's
If it's even possible.
a good
well, yeah,
assumption.
I'm kind of having to control your token, so you need to tell me if you want to deviate from Seto's path, Jerry.
I'm going with Seto. So
Yeah.
for now.
Seto's path.
I'm just saying, like, everybody is like 15 feet behind me, and I'm just going, and if shit happens, it gets on me.
Yeah, I want to stay 10 feet away from him so he still gets the bonus to saving throw. Like at least 10 feet away from him, not anymore.
We are walking, we're walking
Hi
nice and
ho, hi
slow.
ho, to somewhere we go.
Yeah, I can't really keep track of it while I'm. Can I give Jerry permission from someone else, please?
I can watch the stream for now. I'm not on the
Yeah,
foundry, so you
that's
can
great.
just
But
leave there.
we also need to
Oh,
know
and
where you
combat,
are.
so yeah. Yeah.
So, okay, who wants to be able to control Jerry?
I'll just give it to me, I guess. Since he's the closest to me, I guess.
Okay, thank you. You should be able to control it now.
Okay.
Use it wisely.
As soon as we
Okay, so
okay.
yeah, sorry, say again.
I'm just asking. I would like to ask: do we see the whatever that thing is? This right here on our right.
Yeah, it looks like another crystal, and there is what looks like a blowpipe or something lying on the floor there. You can see that the position it's in that probably belonged to someone once.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna first go towards the blowpipe and just see if anything happens, and if nothing happens, I'll ask Sakura to um, kindly investigate the
Yeah.
entire thing, and I'll tell Jerry to dig up the whatever that thing is.
Okay, yeah, Jerry can. You can give me another attack roll with your thingamabomb.
Oh no.
No, 15 will be enough to get the drill mounted. It takes you a little while, but you do manage to eventually break through this thing. Seto, or yeah, because these are all getting picked up and put onto Jerry's character sheet. I'm not sure if Jerry's holding them all. Are you?
Jerry's
I'm
holding.
just writing them. I'm not putting them legit. Well, yeah,
It's
I guess
Ion.
technically.
Yeah, so that was an Iron Stone of Leadership.
Of what?
The matrix
Leadership.
of leadership.
Okay, leadership. Okay. Save.
And I don't know what Sakura investigated with that pipe.
Okay, so it is safe. Go.
It is safe at least. Set a check.
Okay. Then Sakura's gonna go and roll some investigation. Ah, fuck my map. No. My map didn't die. Oh, no, it's that.
And you refresh.
No, it just didn't die. I thought it did, but it didn't.
Well, you rolled really good.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, nice. So yeah, you find that thing that's on the floor. You can pick it up. So yeah, that is a blowgun. You definitely recognize this as being a shinobi weapon, and you've definitely seen them around Toto, but you're not sure how it got up here. Judging by the lightning strike that you took not too long ago, you can probably imagine if a shinobi did come through here, you might have lost it after taking one of those hits.
Mm.
Kaplooey.
She'll give that to someone who can actually use it at a later point. Yeah. And she's just gonna follow closely behind Seto as they investigate, just walk around,
Well, I guess we move on further.
And Seto,
Oh,
give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Question:
Add +3 to it.
Question: Can I give him advantage by basically seeing it and like trying to like both push him away and push me like through it?
oh no, that's freaking Jerry.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Jerry was keeping his distance, and I will allow that to. You can get advantage as Stheiasnia tries to kick you out of the way, but
I've got
you wouldn't need it. You managed to get out of the way anyway. You both manage, or actually, give me also a dex save, Stheiasnia.
You
Guys,
booked
you're
So
both
if you-
diving through it at once.
And just to confirm, is this a magical effect?
Yeah, if you manage to make the save, you'll be able to evade it.
Quickly,
Oh,
can I?
Natural 20?
Yeah, you both managed to make it through without getting hit by the lightning.
Is it
And
possible
yes,
for me
Sakura,
to
what
calculate like whether these things are timed and to be able to like time them based on those calculations?
you can make a perception check for me.
Yeah, I would like to do the same if that's alright.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
Because I don't know if it was a trap or what actually set it off.
Okay, so both of you have noticed that every time this lightning strikes, you've heard what sounds like a dragon's roar. There is, it seems like this is a creature doing this, and you are being targeted. It only seems to happen when you actually walk across it. You're not sure if you're setting off some kind of a trap. You don't see any tripwires or anything like that. But it seems like every time you walk between these crystals, every time you hear it, there's lightning arcing through the entire room. It's going between all of the crystals. So it's like, depending on which way you're going, the path might be different. It might not strike you, but every time you hear that roar, it kind of crackles through and chains between these crystals. So it's kind of a sense of, if you can get the timing right, or if you can get it, Sakura, with the high roll of 22, you imagine that maybe if you could get it to strike, there's a little time period afterwards. Like Seto, you noticed that as well, because that's when you grabbed Sakura. Right after it strikes, it seems to take a second for it to strike again.
Okay. So I guess how long has it been since they went through?
Well, we'll say that all of this, you guys just noticed this
Okay,
happened in your head, so it happened super quickly. So they've just
okay,
dived
she's
through, the
gonna
two of
run
them,
through.
and it's just struck.
She's gonna run through
Oh god.
Okay,
after them.
yeah, and Sakura, you managed to make it through without any issue.
And then I think next time they get to these, she's gonna try like find a rock on the floor or something and throw it through first. See if that triggers it.
June
But
will
for now,
dive
she's just
after
gonna
them.
run through. My map failed again. Thank you. And then can she investigate that thing?
This one?
Z Hammer.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
hammer.
you
I
can.
think it's the hammer. Okay.
Yeah, you looking down at it, this looks like some kind of electro-powered like rocket hammer. It looks pretty powerful. It has got a name on the side that says Bonk V2, like BONK. It's an acronym for something.
Can she
Sounds
make it?
practical. You're not worthy.
She'll take a
Definitely.
closer look later.
It definitely looks probably too heavy for you to wield. It's like this is one hell of a hammer.
Yeah, no. She's not planning on wielding it. She'll just keep it to sort of investigate it if they hopefully get out alive. But no, she has no intention of keeping it. She can't wield hammers.
Okay, well, I'll say, I mean, this thing, it's not. We'll say you'll be able to figure it out fairly easily. You might be able to have to help someone figure it out, but I just want to know who to actually give the item to. Are you hanging on to it, or are you giving it to someone else?
I feel like Jerry would probably be the one who can wield it best, so she may give it to Jerry.
Okay. So
Alright. I'll write it down. You said bonk,
yeah,
right?
so yeah, it is the Bonk V2. It is a maul.
Is a mole two-handed weapon?
A maul would
Hell
be
yes.
a hammer, so it would be technically a warhammer, I think.
No, a warhammer and a maul are slightly different. A maul is a much bigger warhammer. Basically, it's like it's not a club, but it's. I mean, a tetsubo could technically be a maul, but this is definitely a two-handed hell of a weapon. I will.
Okay.
Let's see. I can. Let me see if I can just
I
share.
wrote it down for now. When I get next week, you can send it. I'll see it or in Discord now. I'll probably search for it online and find it as well. So let's keep going for now.
I'm just posting it in the chat. But yeah, the heavy two-handed weapon, and it does
Okay.
2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Bonk.
Allegedly safer. Yeah, I like that.
I like this item.
Let's keep going for now. I'll go through it later.
Yeah,
Okay.
I will say there's a lot of magic items in here, so you can sort of peruse them at your leisure. But
Yeah.
because it's already been late, we'll just try and speed this up a bit. Yeah, so as you keep heading through, you from this distance. Oh, actually, I suppose you can see what you can see on the map. Where would you guys like to go?
Well, I think that we already figured out where the electricity is going, so I think we're just going to be avoiding those for now. We can always circle around stuff.
So to the
before
left
get
we
them.
go.
Yeah, to the left we go.
Misa see a dragon.
Sakura, well, the cloak is sadly right by the dragon, but Sakura would like to take a look at that cloak eventually.
Oh shit! Go back! Go back!
Didn't have enough lights.
Oh no!
Place that you guys.
Really?
Oh,
You threw me in the range of this.
No. We're
Sakura
going
will
back.
pick a rock and throw it through this trap here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, with that, because Seto was about to go through, and then you throw the rock at the same time, you see energy arc between the two of them as you hear this dragon's roar again and hear it crackle through the chamber.
Bet y'all wish you could survive now.
I guess we run.
When it's done, she's gonna run through.
Yo!
I guess Stheiasnia would be running through and like seeing
But when
this
she gets
item,
up to
grabs it, like just like
Mm.
doesn't really care what it is, but just grabs it.
She'll run
do
through
that,
and
you
pick this up and get the fuck away.
Yeah, okay, Sakura, you got through. You guys timed it and you managed to get through. And yes. Okay, why did Sakura pick it up?
She got that. It was over here, so she was like, "Okay, gonna pick it up as I run through, so that they don't like go back, pick it up, and die." You know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Stheiasnia had the same thought, and you like you both try to say it at the same time, but Stheiasnia got through. So I'm going to say that Stheiasnia managed to pick that one up.
Let me just remove it from my inventory.
You just
You
send
can
it.
transfer it to her.
We've gotten into Studio Ghibli music.
Well, I think actually it's like March's Studio Ghibli month, if I recall correctly.
I figured at this point, because it's like 10:30 at night, that you'd be back at the forge and you'd have the little fire elemental going. Like, that's why I had the music planned. But no, you getting attacked by this lightning throughout this cabin.
Well,
And Jerry, yeah, you can try and mine that other one if you want.
Jerry Smash.
Yeah, I'm going to mine it, then I'll be AFK for a few minutes. I have to get to the guard post.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably be. Okay, yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, you easily manage to drill this one out, and you get another blue sapphire.
I see the exit
Yeah.
to the north.
And I don't know
What did I harvest?
It was another blue sapphire.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yes,
Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll listen in for now.
cool. Yeah, we'll assume that if anyone's mining, that Jerry does it. His drill manages to get through most of these things. But as you guys arrive in the next section, you Stheiasnia and Sakura, you both see something lying on the ground. This looks more like your
Can I-
kind of item, Sakura.
Oh, can I? And just as you say that, my map fails. Could I pick it up and take a look at it, please?
Indeed. So you pick up a Technomancer staff. I will
what is
post
it?
the details of that in the chat as well. Let me just find it. Probably not as nice as your new staff, but it's pretty cool. And it also works as a quarterstaff. It is a rare techno staff. And as you pick that one up, you hear the lightning crackle again, but it arcs almost around you. It seems to go the other way and miss you this time. But you do notice that it is coming from your right. I'm not sure if any of you can actually see the dragon from where you are, but
I can.
Yeah, because you went far ahead.
yeah, okay. So you've managed to you basically you've passed the area where its lightning is crackling. You guys seem to feel like you're pretty much safe, although these crystals around you are also the same sort of material. If that dragon turns, it could get you.
Yep. I would like to try to sneak up to this item and see if I can grab it.
Okay. At this point, because you are getting close to the dragon, give me a stealth check.
All of us? Whoa, what the hell?
No, there's Nea. She's sneaking around the side. But in the meantime, we'll say that Jerry is able to mine that other crystal. You can pick that one up as well, Seta. Another iron stone of fortitude. So yeah, with the 31 stealth, you quite easily manage to avoid the dragon's detection, and you can pick that up. So yeah, this looks like another sort of mechanical looking item, but this one is a sword. It is closer to swords you've seen in Kiga, but with some serious modifications to it.
I guess when Stheiasnia comes back, Sakura will whisper, Oh, I saw what you did there. There's a cloak on the other side that I'd like to take a look at. Could you do that there as well, please?
Do I need to remind you why the fuck we came here?
I'm like
I know it's all
looking
pretty and
where?
shiny.
It's sort of like on the other side. Oh, I can't see it. Like I can't currently see. Well, I'm watching the stream right now, but it's on the other side. Don't get hit by the lightning.
I can see a cloak anywhere.
No, move
How did you see
the
that?
map to the right. More down. Oh goodness.
I'm marking more or less where it was.
Yeah, it still is there. I know. I see it as well.
That's
But
the cloak you're talking about.
this Stheiasnia to the right. You have the map.
To the right.
Ping it.
On the right side. I've
We
been
did
pinging
ping
it.
it 7 times.
Hmm?
Anyways, Seto will go and grab you both by the scruff if needed.
I'm like, nope.
And I will.
That's too far away. Let's say too close. I don't see anyone else going that way, so I'm not like gonna try that.
I will warn you if you ever go where I didn't specifically tell you that you are gonna face consequences once we get Yuki back.
And yeah, and you will be
Technically,
below. The...
What did you say,
being the
Sakura?
being the smart ass that she is, she'll just point out that she technically didn't move.
Yes, but Stheiasnia did, and you just tried to make her move opposite of where we want to go. There's a freaking dragon in this room that's trying to kill us. And you care about shiny items when our friend is dead. And you're trying to get him back. Do you two not see anything wrong with your way of thought? Anyways, follow the command, or you're gonna face the consequences once we get back. And Seta and Jerry is just gonna start moving on.
The point of interest, what you saw Stheiasnia when you snuck around, is this.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that is that showing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Oh well, that's a fine thing. Or that's just a lesser being, after all.
So yeah, from what you've seen, it looks like that dragon is trapped inside one of these crystals, that it's all crystallized around him. But yeah, you guys are making your way to the north, and you. Okay, yeah, is everyone just following through there?
Yeah. Just as Seto passes, I'm just gonna whisper to him. Well, actually, no, I won't whisper. I'll actually speak to him in his mind because I can do that using my warlock otherworldly patron ability, and just say and just tell him I see why you're such a dysfunctional family.
That will just move.
Sakura will use her telepathy to tell Seto that she wants to help the dragon.
I don't know if you heard that face palm.
I just realized I completely forgot what I had set up on the next map. I think I did this late at night, but yeah, here we go.
Wait, did Sakura actually told me that she wants to help the dragon?
Yeah, telepathically, yes. She'll say it's trapped. Someone has to help it.
I think we have another dragon to help before we try to help something that was encaged and we don't know why it was encaged. Do you
Mhm.
really want to risk killing the entire population of Taro by letting loose a wild dragon? Anyways, let's just keep on going.
Yeah, I think I put everyone down there. Yeah, so you guys, you head through the tunnel, which leads into a double set of stairs. You can see at the end of the tunnel there is a small, like, platform. It looks like there was something sitting on it once, but there isn't at the moment. And there are two staircases leading just down into. Well, you'll find out. You head to the bottom and you see a door. Who's going to go through it? Can you not open? Oh, there we go. As you enter that passage, you feel a rumbling, as, and you just hear the dragon up at the top. Seems safe in here, though, much safer than out there. Seto, you are muted, by the way.
Oh wow.
Um,
I was like, I can't see anything.
Yeah, there's another
yeah,
door.
Sakura, follow Seto. Matt failed again, so I'm just stream. Yep.
For some reason, when I control my token, I can't see anything, but party token, I can see everything. That's kind of weird.
Well,
Yeah,
party
same thing with
tokens
me.
is like it's the same.
Oh, hold on, just give me a second. I might not have set up the vision properly. Okay,
Oh
I hope
shit!
that might unveil more rooms than I intended, but whatever. Can you all see now?
I see Arkov's mount. That's all.
Indeed, I can. Awesome.
Yeah, so you're not far off. As you open the door, you see ahead of you there is what looks like some kind of stone creature with shields on its arms. Behind it, there is an anvil with a massive hammer sitting on top of it, and behind that, on top of what looks like some kind of giant forge, is this golden goat that is standing there, and it turns its head ever so slightly, just creaking, as you're not entirely sure if it is moving its head or not, but it is just shimmering and shining gold. What would you guys like to do?
Sakura bows in greeting.
See, as you do this, the sentinel's eyes just flare up, and you see large wings spread out from its back, as all you see there are more than one of those stone guards standing there, and they all rise to their feet and move their shields into position as combat begins. But
Fuck
Oh,
me.
that
boy.
that is where we're going to end it for tonight. And that's what you're seeing there.
Oh,
See, I
what
told you that is Arkov's mount.
the fuck is that?
It is Arkov's mount, man. Like that's all you need to know.
Same type of creature, possibly not the same one, but yeah, similar.
Oh, freaking mountain!
Oh wow. Fancy.
We're gonna
So
die
yeah,
here.
um, does everyone know what magic items they got?
I know.
Yes.
I think only Jerry might not know entirely, but unless he like wrote it down.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I'm here now.
Did you mark down all the items that you got, Jerry?
Everything I mined, it's written down, and the hammer. 3 elemental gems, 2 stones of fortitude, 1 of leadership.
Yeah, it sounds about right. And Stheiasnia got the spark blade, Sakura got the technomancer staff, and Stheiasnia, have you got the lance of the crab knight?
Let me check. You said the lance of. Wait a second. Why the fuck do I have the? Yes, I have the lance thingy. For some reason, I also have the technomancer staff. So I think does Sakura? Do you have the staff just so I can basically just delete it?
Yeah, I have the staff.
Okay, that's fine. Then I'm just gonna remove it from me, so we don't have duplicate copies.
Sakura is the weirdest freaking character ever. The dragon almost kills her, and she's like, "Let's help him."
Oh, you would have loved the other character that I could have brought. Then it would just been like, oh, let's see what it could happen.
Can
Just
only
wanted to
go
check.
well.
Just wanted to check what the 0 HP injuries were, and like this one, for instance, this I'm not gonna. We'll introduce that next time, but this one was the player loses a thumb, so you have disadvantage on one-handed melee attacks with that hand.
Oh,
One-handed?
Seems like those might be the part.
That sounds like Luke's injuries, which is really bad. Oh,
No, it's from the D&D speak where I get all the other tables as well.
Can you restore it by any means?
Yeah, you can restore it. These are just
regeneration.
yeah
I'll
regeneration
just build a
or
new one.
long rest for these things. This is just the 0 HP injury. So you every time you get knocked down and then brought back up, you can't keep dropping to 0 and popping back up without consequence. But like, so some of them will have serious things like you hit your head on the way down, -1 intelligence. But that's
Yeah.
I'll say that a long rest could heal those things.
Like a concussion or something.
Yeah, but if it's like losing a thumb in that or losing any body part, really, you would need a restoration, but just a lesser restoration to get it back.
I'm fine by it, to be honest.
There's like nothing on there like losing an arm, because in another game we had something like that, and my dad's character ended up like losing her entire hand as a caster.
Hey,
Yeah, I lost my right hand as a two-handed melee weapon fighter.
That's fine.
People trying to.
You only
and
need
I-
one hand to cast a spell.
There are
actually, that's
definitely
wrong, but
many
sure.
opportunities to lose an arm or a leg, or this is samurai game. You're definitely at risk of losing limbs, especially when you're up against other samurai, because one of the things with having your rings is there's a critical hit table as well, so you can also be chopping people's limbs off. But like what happened with Jerry, he got his hand cut off, but we've also got a shit ton of prosthetics, so getting your hand cut
Blueprints,
off
not prosthetics.